Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to an evening not like most others. An evening with four heroes, unlikely, all rallied behind Petovia's last prince. They seek to make ruins disappear from their past. They seek victory from vengeance. You will be following these four adventurers, as well as Marth, Petovia's last prince, in Marth's Dungeon Season 2. As you remember from Season 1, we left off with Marth, who is Petovia's crown prince, left in a coma for 50 years, under the control of Solyet. She left him in a coma and put him as a king of his own dungeon. Solyet, the witch and necromancer, puts her victims to sleep and slowly but surely drains their vitality and humanity away into their nothing more, in order to sustain herself. Marth, for years and years and years, led as a king of his own dungeon, encountering travelers and adventurers that he had never seen before. They came to him in hopes of riches and glory. They were disguised as tragic memories and horrific pasts. Marth let them in unknowingly and gave them bits and pieces of his vitality, slowly but surely fading him away. However, Solyet the witch did not foresee the cleverness of Marth himself. Out of nowhere, Marth finally had a lucid moment, realizing that he himself was not in the world that he actually belonged to. He fought against his tragic memories until he made his way back to reality and killed Solyet the witch, which is where we start Season 2. However, it was a bittersweet victory. Marth, after 50 years, an older man now, walked to the window and looked out on Petovia, the land he used to know and love, in Sens, the capital city that he grew up in, and watched it have deteriorated into rubble. Gardens that were once lush and filled with life now had weeds overgrown and vines tangled. There were monsters and hideous amalgamations traversing the outdoors, as well as indoctrinated mortals wandering around. This was not the Petovia Marth once knew. And this is where we begin our journey in Marth's Dungeon, Season 2. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
Enter now, stalwart and brave, your impudence will be your grave. In Marth's dungeon.
The world is fading.
I'm sorry that I didn't stand up for you. I didn't know people can treat you like that. It's inhumane.
Shameless slowly.
There's something wrong with that one. He won't die.
Adversity is your hammer, not your weakest terms.
And after that, there was only one monster left in this world.
They say whatever species you breed with, they always have the same disgusting kin. I wanted to see if the stories were true myself.
Humans also the same bucket thing when you're about to be devoured by a superior predator.
Enter now.
You're muted.
Hello and welcome back to Marth's Dungeon Season 2. We're already starting off with a bang. Thank you, Varathia. My mod is actually just working overtime, if you didn't know. This is where we last left off. We left off in Solyet Castle, where Marth awoke from his 50-year coma and had just enough strength within his body to overcome Solyet and turn her sacrificial knife around her and stab her in the throat. She immediately recoiled and snapped into a disgustingly hideous corpse from all the years that she had stolen from the lives of people that she once knew. She now lays in her bed 400-something years old as a bloodied corpse. And Marth and Max now stand as older men in Solyet's bedchambers. Welcome to Season 2, ladies and gents. Is this a good time to start drinking? You better believe it, baby. You better believe it. So, Marth, obviously, is our main character here. Max is, if you do not remember him, he was the guard for Marth's dungeon for a very, very long time. He eventually just kind of got woven into the story. Loved his character. So he is here with Marth in present Petovia. Marth walks up to Max and looks him up and down in just utter disbelief, seeing just the state of his country and in complete shambles and ruins. And he says, Max, please tell me what happened one more time, because I can't wrap my head around it. How did it come to this? And Max, slowly buttoning up his yellow raincoat, looks at Marth solemnly and says, it shouldn't have ended like this. I remember it very well, though. I was younger, but I remember it like it was yesterday. You guys were right on the borders of Halignor, pressing for one final battle into the Mechalite country. It should have been the last battle. And it should have been an easy battle. But something horrible happened. I'm afraid they call it the Great Reset. And Marth kind of looks at Max in utter disbelief and says, The Great Reset? What do you mean? Max, stressed, walks and sits down in this old wooden chair and puts his hands on his face. The Great Reset, it happened overnight, and for probably about a week in a row, people slowly but surely just started changing. Friends that I once knew were just no longer people, no longer real people. They started becoming monstrosities, started lashing out, started burning fields, wreckage, everything. It was horrific. The supply lines and reinforcements that were supposed to arrive in Mechalite, they never did. Because back home, people were being murdered, Marth. People were being murdered. Your father called back a retreat to your company, but it was too late. By then, the Jarl and the Mechalite forces had overrun you from the back. You were completely surrounded. You fell in battle, Marth. And Solyet took you away and brought you here, put you to sleep. And Marth, so confused, not remembering a lot of what happened up until his rest, walks up to Max and simply states, What do you mean? I don't understand. Is everybody just gone? Is Petovia just gone? Max takes a breath and looks Marth in the eye and says, Not everyone. I survived because I was a coward, Marth. I'm not a hero. I didn't withstand this this judgment day that happened, I was protected under Soliet, under the guise that I would help her. And I did, Marth. There were some lucky survivors out there, but there really weren't many. But I do believe that some of Petovia still stands. And as Max says this, a shadow appears in the windowsill to Soliet's bedchambers, and a woman flashes into the window. Ladies and gentlemen, Bernal, a.k.a. Alice Findle. Hi, Jess.
Hi.
Hello. This is our first character of the night.
Hmm.
Marth is alerted, as well as Max. This woman, out of nowhere, just flashes into the window, breaking the glass, with a weapon readied and pointing at Marth and Max. Unarmed, Max kind of backs up into his chair and makes a large creak, and he's just like, whoa. Okay, please. I've had enough today. Please, I do not want to die. And Marth, very calculated and calmly, looks at you and says, Who are you?
I'm here.
You're here?
I'm here looking for somebody. A woman, and I'm pretty sure. Huh. What's
Yeah, you just kind of look over like the corpse.
what's this dead corpse here? What is this? Who is this?
Marth kind of walks up to you cautiously. You know, he wants to give you a lot of space. Soliet the Witch, you were here for her? Were you her friend?
I wouldn't say that. It was more like a surprise. Well, huh.
What?
It's kind of awkward.
A surprise? What do you mean a surprise?
Well, who are you two? Who are you two? I didn't know other people were gonna be here.
Max kind of like stands up and he kind of puffs his chest out a little bit and very like proudly walks over to Marth and he says, "Ma'am, you are looking at none other than the Crown Prince of Petovia himself, Marth Silmans."
That was kind of loud. Huh.
And
the scream is only us three.
Marth kind of like just sighs. Like he doesn't expect anybody to really give him any recognition these days, or even, know who he is. Marth looks at you and asks, "I'm assuming you're here for a purpose. Do you know the interior of this castle at all?"
I knew how to get into this window, and I was expecting someone to be here, but I don't. This is awkward. This is really awkward. Shoot.
Max kind of he starts to walk over to this side of the room and like just kind of dilly-dally with things. Marth approaches you a little bit closer and says, I mean, listen, you seem like a normal enough person. There's monsters, there's horrible creatures out there. You're not one of them, are you? I need you to tell me this right now.
I mean, that depends who you ask, but no.
Okay. Well, I mean, there's the gates, I'm sure, downstairs somewhere here. It would be easier to leave that way than your entrance, than kind of climbing the tower. If you want to accompany me and Max.
It wasn't that hard. But my afternoon just cleared up, so like I'll go with you guys. Yeah, I'll go with you guys.
My afternoon just cleared up, she says. As you say that, just abruptly out of the blue, you hear a loud crash. Doors from downstairs just kind of bang open, and you hear and see a soldier walk into the room. As this soldier is opening the door, Marth panics and jumps back into bed with Soliet, pretending that he is sleeping. Would you like? What would you like to do, Jess?
I would like to walk a little closer to the door.
Okay.
And just kind of look at Marth and be like, this is, what have I got myself into?
So you're gonna walk closer to the door where the guard is coming from?
Yeah.
All right. Max, panicking, since he is too slow to hide at this point, kind of blocks the door, pushes himself up against it, and he says, oh my god, you gotta get somebody, you gotta get some help! Soliet's been murdered! I don't know what happened. We were all sleeping and... Oh my god, I think she's dead. There's so much blood. You gotta get somebody. You gotta find who did this, okay? And the guard is banging on the door. Let me in, motherfucker! Let me... What are you talking about? And Max is just trying to convince this man as you know, well as he possibly can. He just says, listen... I need you to trust me. There's not much time. She's bleeding out over here. I need to go perform CPR. And he's like waving to you to kind of get out of the way. What do you do?
What is that? What is this over here by the fireplace?
Alice walks over kind of casually to the fireplace, and it is obstructed enough to where the guard, as he pushes the door open, cannot see her. As the guard pushes the door open, he sees Marth laying in bed with Soliet. And he is mortified. This is somebody he has been working for his entire life. He says, oh my god, yes sir, I'll go find who did this. And he disappears into the darkness, down the stairs. And Max, kind of falls to his knees and starts heavily breathing and just almost throwing up. The man is not used to dealing with a lot of stress. He starts breathing and says, "Oh my god, holy fuck! I'm not used to this. I hate this. And you weren't so much help." And he kind of, like, looks over to you, Alice.
I don't know what you wanted me to do. You were obviously trying to play a plan.
I wanted you to hide!
I mean, technically, I'm hidden. You can't see me. Did
Oh
you
my
see
god.
me?
Oh my god. Okay, Marth, we need to get downstairs. We gotta find a way out of here because I cannot stand her. She cannot be here. Like, she is detrimental to everything that is happening right now. And Marth kind of like, as Max turns his back, he just like kind of gives you a look as like, it's okay. Like, he's just like this. So Marth is going to take a step forward and make his way down first here. Let me unveil the next area here. Hooray for DMing. Reveal this bad boy here. Alright. Marth makes his way down first here into a beautiful marble floor with a gorgeous double flowing river and fountains pushing water to the outside of the castle. In this is a couple of chests towards the western side of the room. Braziers lining the hallway up to a throne. And Max kind of immediately, he kind of spots the door, and he's like, oh my god, thank God, we can just get out of here. I am out of here, and I'm going to Trell because it is normal there. There's no monsters, nothing, no war. There's religious freedoms. Listen, not like I care about that, but I just care about my safety right now. They're pretty welcoming to humans. I'm just going to Trell. And Max starts making his way to the door here. And as he reaches the door, he sees that there is a giant padlock, keeping the doors tightly shut with chains around them as well. There is no opening this door without whatever key goes to it. And Martha's like, well, I guess we should probably just look around. Alice, would you like to look around the room at all?
I'm gonna look at the throne.
Okay.
I'm gonna go towards there because if there's a key, it'd be handy.
So you wish to check out the throne. These are chests around you here, and then there is the throne here as well. Do you want to? What would you like to inspect?
The throne.
The throne? Okay, sure.
Yeah.
And are you sitting on the throne? Are you looking around the throne?
I'm looking around the throne.
Okay.
Stepping around.
Okay, roll an observation check. Roll a d20 for me. On your character sheet, there are modifiers for your observation.
Okay.
So you add or subtract whatever that number is. Also, hi, Decker parents. All right, and then just let me know what you get when you end up rolling it.
Wait, where is my character sheet?
Oh, sorry, I sent it to you, I think, at least.
No.
I didn't send it to you!
No.
Okay, here, I'll tell you what your modifier is, and I'll send it to you when I get a second.
Oh wait, did
here.
you?
I'm pretty
No,
sure.
you did. You did. No, yeah, you did.
I was like,
You
no,
did.
please tell me.
That's my
Please
bad.
tell me among
No,
all the
that's my
things
bad.
I actually sent you a
That's my bad. I
sheet.
thought it was the other thing.
No, you're good.
Okay, I got a 4.
You got a 4. Okay. You
Yeah.
look around the throne, but you don't really see anything other than just a chair, like just a stone chair. Doesn't look like anything out of the ordinary to you. Marth is going to kind of walk up to these treasure chests, and roll an observation check to see what he can see here. Okay, 20, baby. All right, Marth also rolls a 4. The chest is locked dead shut from what he can see. Somebody could probably try to pry it open with an instrument or try to work the lock, but otherwise those chests are tightly shut. Max from over here all of a sudden hears rustling and bustling from his north, and he's just like, guys, did you hear that? Did you guys hear that? And Marth
No.
like no, I didn't hear
No.
that.
No.
And like
Explain the sound to me.
Marth is very used to just like Max being like this and just being paranoid about every little in and out. And he's like, Max, what is it? Like, what could it possibly be this time? And Max is like, this. I heard rustling. I heard a lot of noise up from up top here. And he points to the door that is just north of these two. He's like, you need to go check that out. Like there could be something dangerous in there. And he kind of like looks across the hallway to you, Alice, and he's like, I mean, ladies first.
I look at Marth and I say, "Is he always like this?"
He's always like this. There's never a
Just
moment.
met him, and I have a headache now.
Listen,
Huh.
I'd like to say that it would go away, but it's a perpetual headache. You're gonna have to get used to it.
Oh, okay.
At least for the short while. I mean, if you wish to, leave afterwards, the door is right there. But we're just gonna have to find the keys first. We're all gonna have to work together here. Max, And Max is like, what do you want? He's like, you need to stop being an asshole. Like, you need to calm down, okay? Like, you're up here. You need to take it down here, okay, buddy?
You're at a 10. We need you at a 2.
I'm at a 10.
You're at a 10.
Okay. Yeah, whatever.
We need
Fine.
you at a 2.
Okay, yeah, I can do that. And
So
he
knock
kind
it
of...
down 8.
he like kind of puts his hand over his mouth to signify that he's being quiet, and Marth like shakes his head, and he reluctantly starts to walk towards the door here. Max is going to very far behind follow him as he's terrified what might be there.
We'll also follow.
Okay. Behind Max or in front of Max?
Behind Max.
Okay.
Scaring him.
Behind Max, perfect.
Did you hear
Scaring
that,
him.
Max? Max, did you hear that? Oh my god.
God. It's like as Marth is like trying to like open up the door too, like very stealthily. You and Max are just making a lot of noise in the background. He's like, guys, please, for the love of God. And as Marth opens the door, this is what is seen. None other than Thames, a Turliad, fighting 2 armed guards. One of them has had their back snapped in half. Like, literally, the man is just laying on the floor, contorted, in a bloodied mess right next to the forge. Thames, how are you doing today?
Well, I was doing quite good until I had to fight these people.
Marth kind of like looks you up and down. He's seen plenty of Turliads in his life. And he's like, holy shit! Like you are an 8 foot tall like Amazoness of a man, aka a Turliad, a giant ass turtle creature. And he just saw you break somebody's back and throw them across the room, and Marth's like, do you need us to help you with that? You look like you kind of have it pretty much figured out.
I shall get with you in 5 minutes, give or take.
Give or take. Marth is just like, do you want me to shut this, like the door, or?
I am not shy.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for initiative, But Thames is literally just gonna fight these two by himself.
I rolled an 18.
An 18. Let me roll for these guys. Why'd I put all my dice back in? Like I'm not gonna be using them again. All right. A 6 and a 2. All right. So you are starting off, Sir Michael. Let's see. Let me open up Streamlabs again. Sorry. I accidentally closed it in the background. Perfect. All right. What would you like to do with your action?
I would like to use Viscous Burn.
Okay. Go ahead and explain to the people what Viscous Burn is.
Thames takes in a mighty breath and propels a magma-like substance in a 5-foot cone for 20 feet. Anything in the radius must make a dex save of 12 or higher to avoid being hit. Anything coated takes 1d12 damage, fire, and is set on fire, taking 3 damage per turn until fire is extinguished.
All right, and what was the saving throw?
Dex save of 12 or higher.
Save of 12 or higher. Let me open up the sheet here. All right, let's get some tunes here. All right. 12 or higher. First one actually rolls a 14. The second one rolls a 10, so the one in the back rolls the 10. So you kind of, you spew out just magma like substance. It kind of arcs over the first one.
That'll be 8 fire damage.
8 fire damage. Alright. Mark that for my shelf. All right, and he is currently on fire. The first guard takes his turn here. He's actually going to step up to you and attempt to slash at you with his longsword.
Okay.
That is a 10.
That would hit.
All right, and that is 1d6 of strength damage. That's 4 damage.
Okay, my armor would eat that, I believe.
Yep. Your armor eats that. Actually, let me turn on your armor here as a visual. There we go. So your armor eats that. The next guard, just furiously on fire, screaming because he's in so much pain. He's like, "Oh my god, please, Freddy, put me out!" And he kind of like bumps into his friend because he can't go anywhere. One way is like one of his dead friends at the forge. And the other one is his friend blocking his way to leave the room to get to the water. So he is going to attempt to shove his friend out of the way to try to get to the water. That is a 16, so he actually does succeed in pushing his friend off to the side here. And walking up to you, you actually get an attack of opportunity if you like, as he tries to come past you here.
Sure. I'll use Height.
Okay.
I'm assuming that's how it's pronounced.
Yep.
So it's 1d20 plus strength, yeah?
It is... Sorry, let me open up your character sheet here. For height?
Yeah.
It is... Yeah, 1d6, and then you add plus 1.
Okay, so it would be an 11.
It's sorry, it's just the 1d6, and then it's plus the 1 damage modifier for your strength.
Oh, there's no to hit thing? Okay, sorry.
Oh, sorry, for your hit. Yeah, of course. What was it for hit?
11.
The 11 actually does miss. It just goes just wide of him as he's kind of sprinting past you.
Okay. And as he's running by, I'll say, the best way to get the pain to go away is to just let go.
It's just to let go. And he does not even pay attention to how badass that was. He just simply pushes past Marth and jumps into the stream here to douse the fire. And it is back to you, Thames.
Okay, then I will use Height against the one that is remaining here.
Okay, yep. Take a swing at him.
That will be... So to hit is 1d20 plus 1 as well?
I believe it's just the 1d20. Yeah, it's just the 1d20.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So that is a 13.
13 hits, yep. Love the battle music, thank you. Also, all these tokens were made by Tori Kuno, my artist.
And that'll be 6 damage.
6 damage. All right, perfect. Take a big sweep back and go right through his armor. You kind of slash it just right off of his chest, and he is exposed. He actually takes a big chunk of damage in return as well. And he's kind of taken back. Like, you are a very intimidating figure with a giant weapon. He is going to attempt to swing at you with his sword again here. That is a 5.
That will miss.
It kind of seems that the nerves have just kind of caught up to him. He's actually just starting to starting to panic, and it's definitely showing in his performance. One of his friends is completely dead. His other friend left him to fight you himself. And so this next guard, seeing his friend getting attacked still and still in the room with you, he is going to say, "Sorry, man. I hate to do this to you, but it's not looking good." And he is going to start to try to run. Let's see, what do we have for movements? All right, he makes it just here. Starts to run away. And Max kind of like tries to get himself as close to the wall as possible, as if to try to just maybe blend in or something. But it's a giant man with a yellow raincoat, so he kind of sticks out like a sore thumb. And the guard sees just these three in the hallway, as he's starting to run out of the room, but continues to run nonetheless. And it is back to your turn, Thames.
Okay. Could I just start trying to push this guy towards the forge?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and make
Okay.
a strength check for me.
Is the forge lit?
Yes, the forge is definitely lit.
Okay. That will be a dirty 20, so 18 plus 2.
Okay, perfect. So you, he's not in like the direction where you can necessarily shove him, but you pick him up, just from where he is. He attempts to struggle, but he literally cannot break free of just your iron grasp. And what would you like to do with him?
I'm putting him headfirst in the forge.
All right, so you walk with this poor screaming Solyet guard. He's begging and pleading for his life. He says, please, don't do this to me, man! Come on! I'm just trying to work! And what do you have to say to him?
Just,
You shove his head directly into the forge, setting him on fire. He is going to, on his turn, he's blazed right now. He's lit completely on fire with his face. He's completely engulfed. He is going to try to break free of your grip. Roll a d20 for me, and add your strength modifier for me.
that's a 16.
Okay, yeah, you definitely... He struggles as hard as he possibly can, but he, at this point, is very, very feeble, trying to fight for his life, but absolutely cannot. You've overpowered him completely. This man sets ablaze and burns to death. And Marth is just kind of like... these two here, Max and Alice, are like looking at him for like some kind of update. And Martha, his jaw is just completely agape. He has never seen just a monolith of a man like yourself just manhandle a regular human being like that and put them inside of a forge, specifically. And Martha just kind of like walks in cautiously, and he's like, I'm very lost. What is happening here? I'm assuming. Why were actually? I have no idea. Why were they trying to attack you? What is happening?
My best guess is asset security.
Asset security. So you mean you were here working for Solyet?
Working for enslavement. Same thing.
The same thing. I have to honestly disagree with that. And as Marth is saying this, Max kind of rounds the corner and he's like, "Oh my God, I cannot! Is that a turley head? Is that a turley head?" He kind of like puts his hand on Marth's shoulder. He's like, "Oh, listen, I'd heard that there was a turleyad working here, but I thought it was a rumor. The turleyads, Marth, they're gone." And like Marth kind of like looks to you in disbelief. He's like, "What do you mean they're gone? Like, he kind of looks at you, Thames, for an answer.
I heard word from Soliet that the Mechalites came for us first. I cannot confirm, as I've been here. But if you are here for my Alexandrite stone, I must tell you, I do not have one.
No, I mean, of course not. I mean, we're here just trying to scope the rest of the place out. We're trying to take care of the rest of the guards that might be enforcing this area. I mean, is it heavily guarded? You look like you know the place.
Oh, well, it was. It still likely is on the outside.
Okay, on the outside.
If you want a way to get some extra reinforcements, I'm fairly certain the dungeons may have what you're looking for.
The dungeons? Oh, great! Marth, or Max kind of says, like puffing his chest. He's like, oh, fantastic! The dungeons, yes, of course. What's in the dungeons? Go ahead, tell me what's in the dungeons.
Noises that never leave you.
Oh, okay, yeah, and he's just like, it's like huffing and puffing, and just kind of like, he walks out of the room. He's completely had enough. At this point, this guard has disappeared into the darkness.
I'm gonna like take the armor off the ones that are there and just like put the bodies in the water.
Put the bodies in the water? Okay, perfect.
Yeah, the armor is good metal though.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So just mark down that you have taken the armor for the 2 dead soldiers, if you would.
Okay.
Got a little mark. Do you wanna? Never mind. That's just there forever. You just got a giant black blood streak there. And Marth approaches you, and he very humbly asks you. He says, "Will you please be our guide for this castle? We have no idea where we're going. The outside is locked from the inside. There's a giant padlock apparently on the main door. Would you please kindly show us around? We're going to be looking for a set of keys to actually open us out to the outside of the castle here. From there, you can do whatever you want. If you wish to have your freedom, you can have your freedom. If you would be so inclined to join us, you're more than welcome to do that as well. We could always use the fighters."
So, where would I know the keys to likely be?
You know that kind of the head honcho who takes care of just like the interior and as well as like a lot of the outerior kind of designing for the dungeon, or sorry, for the castle, would be the butler. You know that Gray the butler, who has worked very, very tirelessly under Soliet for very, very many years, kind of controls the ins and outs of who gets to come into the castle and who gets to leave the castle.
And where would he be likely right about now?
He would probably be down in towards the dungeon around this time of day.
Okay. Then, as he kind of just picks up the armor, he's like, "Right, well, if you want the key, looks like you're headed towards the dungeons anyways. Shall we go now?"
And you just gotta walk past him. Okay, perfect. I love it. So we have Thames leading us onward here. Alice, where would you like to, are you following along with the rest of them?
Yes, I'm gonna be in the back though.
Okay. And Max, like, not really seeing this entire treasure stash here and this throne room before, he was just very preoccupied with leaving. He says, "Holy shit! Okay, now we're talking." And he kind of like looks the chests up and down. He's like, "Oh my god, like I can't open these, but I'm assuming once we find these keys, we are going to be absolutely blazingly rich, my friends. I cannot wait. This has been such a nightmare so far." And he kind of just like he starts like kind of feeling around the throne quickly, and he takes a
Sit in that throne.
he takes a sit in the throne.
Oh my god.
And he is going to make a DC, or so he's going to make a dex saving throw, to see if he can. He landed a 2. Okay, so metal bars, or sorry, metal restraints come from the bottom of the throne arm and swing around Max's arms, and lock him into place. And he starts frantically yelling. He's like, please, please, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, I cannot believe, I'm so sorry, who the fuck does that to their own throne?
Told him not to sit in the throne.
And Marth, it takes a big sigh of just anguish, and just he's so had it with Max up at this point. And he looks at Max and he says, listen, Max, it won't be long. We'll be back for you. We already cleared the guards out of here. You shouldn't have any problem, okay? It's just you and a couple of dead bodies rolling down a river of water, okay? Max, do you think you can just stay put and just please not say anything for just a little bit, please? Just try not to get yourself in any danger. And Max is like, oh, I guess so. I guess I can wait. Like, please be quick, though. And they're going to start to follow Thames.
Is that one imperative to this plan?
Unfortunately, he is a very valuable member of the team, and kind of the only one I have at the moment.
I see.
Perfect. All right. Here we are. So we
Before
start.
we leave too.
Yeah, go ahead.
I want to yell at Max and just go, "Hey, I think I saw that armor move."
And he's like, which one? And he kind of like looks around, and he like roll a persuasion check for me. Roll a d20.
I got a 20.
You gotta. Oh, okay. He absolutely believes you. This man is in full belief that one of those armor pieces actually moved, and he's like, guys, please don't leave me, please don't leave me. Thames, I'm assuming you've probably already left by now, correct?
Yeah, he's also probably thinking like, I'm surprised that someone noticed the enchantments on them.
He just starts walking down the stairs, and Marth is he's just like, oh my god, he's so embarrassing. Like, this is absolutely like the younger brother who just always is embarrassing the older brother at whatever thing he does. Thames, as you enter this corridor, you notice there are a bunch of lit braziers leading down the hallway. A bunch of boxes, which are commonly stacked there. And as you make your way into the corridor, I want each of you to roll an observation check for me.
That is a good and hearty 7.
7? Okay. Alice, what did you roll?
20.
Okay. Alice is exceptionally perceptive. It's just kind of natural in your line of work that you are, that you take in every little detail and notice every little thing. You hear screaming from your right and down the hallway. And from the left, where supposedly the dungeons are, you hear a soft, echoed voice singing, Neither Marth or Thames actually hear any of this.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell them and be like, okay, so I hear screaming from the right. I don't know what that's about. And then I hear singing from the left. I also don't know what that's about.
And Marth said singing? Who would be
It's like-
singing this time of day?
I don't know. It's like creepy singing too, so
What?
probably a psychopath at that point.
Marth like looks to Thames and he's for like any type of clue as to what is going on here.
You're in the castle of a witch. You should expect things like this.
I suppose I should expect things like this, Alice. And he turns back over to Thames and he says, "So I'm sorry. What's the plan? We're headed to the dungeon."
We're going to go see Gray. Interesting fellow, but
Okay.
I respect him enough.
Is that towards the singing or is that towards the screaming that we just heard?
Out of character, which way is that towards?
The dungeons are to your left and down the hall.
Okay, so that would be to the dungeons.
Oh, okay. And you take the lead here. Is there anything else you would like to do in the room, or are you pretty dead set to keep going to your destination? I'll ask both of you.
Whenever Tim's like gets something in his head, he kind of just does it. So
Yep, yeah, I know, absolutely. So Thames starts moving towards the dungeon. Alice, are you following along?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And Marth is going to follow directly behind Thames. All right. Here we are in the dungeons. Slowly reveal this here. All right. Thames, you make your way into the dingy, very, very smelly dungeons. And every single footstep you make echoes throughout the corridor. As you start walking through, you see just bodies in these cells, corpses, remains of creatures and humans alike, that have once been held here but no longer are alive. And as you enter the room, the singing completely dissipates into thin air.
I guess just like having the same kind of moe face, but like he just starts coughing up a fucking storm because of the whole immune system thing.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So you start kind of having a reaction to just the overwhelming amount of dust particles, bacteria in the area, and Marth like kind of comes to comfort you, and he's like, "Are you okay? Or like, what is going on with you?"
I am used to this.
And Alice, what would you like to do?
Step inside.
Okay.
And as I step inside, I say, well, I guess they didn't like an audience.
And Marth like snickers a little bit. He's just like, "Oh, okay." Marth is going to kind of look around the area. And he's just like, "What? There was singing somewhere here. I mean, there's bodies everywhere. I'm assuming that the person that was singing didn't just up and die."
And I cannot be certain. But you're likely correct.
Marth is going to kind of take a look around these cells and roll an observation check just to see if anybody is here. It is a 2. So Marth literally does not observe a single thing. He just kind of looks at each of these cells, sees a lot of blood, a lot of just dead bodies and cots that are unfilled. And there doesn't seem to be a single just ounce of sound or any inkling that somebody might be alive here. Thames and Alice, what would you like to do?
Just keep looking further down into the dungeons.
Okay.
Looking for Gray after all.
Okay. So you thinking that Gray should kind of be down here at some point in the day, or at this time of day. You kind of know the schedule of most people in this castle to a very precise point, just because it's been your day-to-day for literally just years and years and years and years. So Gray should be down here inside the dungeon chambers, taking care of one of the most infamous prisoners that you know very well. He should be just around this time taking him to the cafeteria. Do you want to head down to his cell?
Yeah. Whenever I walk further down, they'll say, "If you all follow me, if they're still there, don't look in their eye."
Oh,
Hey,
okay.
singular?
I love it. All right, so Thames, you kind of turn the corner, and you see in front of you none other than a very emaciated, but also very intimidating looking figure. There is just a small entrance with these kind of low lit candles that have been burnt almost down to the very, very end. It just seems that there's almost just a wick at this point in these candles. And on a cot you see look down. Welcome aboard. Look down. And Marth kind of like tails behind Thames and like peers around the corner of his shoulder. And he says, "Is this who we're looking for?"
Not quite. It could be useful though.
Useful. Okay. What's your name?
No.
Excuse me?
It's
I
time
don't
for old news. Your
know
host,
you.
You. Yes, you're a real news anchor.
No, I suppose you don't know me. And Marth kind of gestures to just walk in front of you a little bit. Thames, he kind of slides in next to you here. He says, "My name's Marth. I'm kind of new here to this castle. I'm assuming that you know it pretty well, though. Am I wrong?"
New experiments.
Experiments? And Marth looks at you, Thames, and he's like, what do you mean experiments? What does he mean?
The prisoners that were in here do not bleed by themselves.
Oh. They were doing...
This is amongst the least cruel things Soliet has done.
Many
And-
have tried.
Many have
What makes you
tried.
think it won't be so special.
I'm not here to hurt you. No, not in any way. I was hoping that maybe you could help us. There are several bad men here, and I was hoping that you could potentially join up with our party to... I don't know, maybe even get your freedom. I can't assume that you're content to be here in the cell.
This joke.
No, not at all. And Marth kind of like reaches his hand through the bars to you in like a gesture for like a shake.
Why do offer hand?
It's customary. Have you never shaken a hand before? It's a pact of trust between two people.
He means literally offer your hand.
I lift up the wrong hand.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of lift up the wrong hand and offer it to Marth, and then Marth kind of like does like a switch. So like it doesn't look like he's like pulling away from your handshake, but then puts his other hand in and like shakes it kind of for you, as you have probably no idea what this custom is. And Martha's like, okay, I'm gonna open up this door and listen. There was some screaming that was happening from another area of the castle. I'm assuming that something else must be happening. I'm assuming that the person that we're looking for is there. But you're free now. I mean, you're free to do whatever you want, okay? We're friends.
I don't understand.
And Marth, kind of understanding the situation a bit, kind of just reading the room as to what is happening here, he kind of backs away, understands, and he opens up the cell door.
Where are you taking me?
We're just headed to the cafeteria to go investigate the sounds that were coming from there. And to you, this is like the best thing ever. Look down. Like this is a fantastic thing. This is like the best part of your day is going to the cafeteria and actually just getting food. Although you're not used to having a bunch of people there with you. You're used to going to the cafeteria alone.
At least I will eat, I suppose.
Okay, perfect. And as Marth opens up the cell, a loud creak is made. And from this cell on the left, several large rats and one small rat make their way. Yeah, one little small ratty boy, but several large rats and one small rat make their way from out under this cot that sits in this cell here. And they make a horribly evil just... These are clearly rats that are not very well fed and are ravenous. And they are looking at you like a fresh meal. So go ahead and everybody roll initiative. And let me know what you got.
That is a 13.
We got a 13 for Thames,
I got 16.
16 for Jess, or for Alice rather. And look down, what do you roll? If anything. Sorry, what was that? Look down?
Oh, I rolled a 5.
A 5? Okay, gotcha. Marth rolls a 3, a big whopping 3.
Down the
And
bottom.
let's see, these rats. 2, 12, and 11. Okay. Alright. Perfect. Alright, Alice, you are first to go. What would you like to do?
I tried to feed the little baby rat.
Okay, some of the rations that you have. Go
Yeah.
ahead and approach the baby rat and give me a give me a persuasion roll.
That is a 17.
A 17. Okay, perfect. So you drop some food for the baby rat, and the baby rat is gleeful. It is looking at it like it is the best meal it has seen in probably its entire lifetime. The baby rat starts to try to eat some of the food that you put down for it, and one of the larger rats kind of like screeches at the baby rat and scares it from eating the food. But it seems like the baby rat is very, very invested in the food that you put down. Is that what you Okay, perfect. That is your turn there. Unless you wanted to do anything else, Alice.
I'm gonna leave it at that.
Okay,
But
perfect.
as I step back from the evil rat parents screaming at me, I'm gonna say to myself, figures.
Thames, it is your turn.
I would like to use height on the middle rats there.
Okay. So there is actually enough room for you two here that you can kind of just walk over the tiny little rat that's here and attack this middle rat. Go ahead and take a swing.
16.
16 hits.
Okay. 3 damage.
3 damage to the giant rat. Okay, perfect. And then it is the it is the little rat's turn. The little rat is going to once again try to eat the food that's kind of between Thames's legs at the moment, just resting on the cage floor. It's fully distracted and actually does not really want to attack any of you. It's just more so interested in the food. So it starts to eat the food, and it seems that the bigger rats are actually very perturbed by this, and start screeching and getting very, very angry. It is the middle large rat's turn. The middle large rats, seeing their child trying to eat scraps of a mortal that kind of has nothing to do with their rat pack, is going to push the small rat out of the way, or attempt to. It's a 14. He nudges the small rat out of the way, away from the food, and the small rat begins to cry a little bit. Nudges him over here, not super far. And then he is going to attempt to bite Thames. He rolls a 1. Okay, and anybody for Marth's Dungeon who has been here for season 1 or doesn't really know, when somebody rolls a 1 in Marth's Dungeon for their attack roll, they are susceptible to be crit on every single attack that lands on them until their next turn. If they get hit, they are automatically crit. It is... It is the other rat's turn here? Yes. It is the rat in back here. It's the mama rat. She is going to kind of just sit back here. She can't make her way past this other rat. And Thames is blocking the doorway. So she's kind of relying on her rat husband, if you will, to take care of the problem, which is Thames. She just kind of like screeches and sneers. It passes her turn, actually. And the next turn goes to Look Down.
I am very confused of what's happening. So I'm actually gonna just pass this turn
Okay.
and watch.
Look Down passes his turn. And it is Marth's turn. Marth is going to... he's unarmed. He just has his fists He's going to kind of look around the room and try to find something that he could use. And he spots a lantern, or sorry, rather a torch that is hanging from the wall here. He is going to grab the torch off of the wall and make his way over to the rats. And he's going to attempt to slide under Thames, under his legs. It's a pretty wide berth. He's going to try to slide under your legs to go prone to attack one of these rats. So first he's going to roll a dexterity skill check, and that is a 12. He kind of manages to just get between your legs, and it tries not to kind of set you on fire, tries to keep the torch there, but he's been in a coma for a very, very long time. So it takes him a hot second to kind of get down there. So he does not have an additional action to actually attack the rat this turn. So he's just kind of sitting there between your legs, Thames. As one does.
Gangnam style.
Yeah. Exactly. Matt, thank you! Thank you! Happy Friendsgiving, thank you very much. It is now back over to Alice. It is your turn.
Okay. I want to make my way towards the baby rat. And with another piece of food in my hand, I want to try to pick up the baby rat.
Okay. Try to pick up the baby rat. Perfect. So, you are now trying to get to this baby rat, which is in between Thames's leg, with Marth laying between Thames's leg, with a torch. I need you to roll a dexterity check for me, just really quick.
I have... It would be a 20.
A 20. Okay. So you reach down, very, very calculated, in between Thames's leg. You kind of slide to the side of Marth's thigh that is kind of blocking the rat's way, and in a very, very kind of soft and compassionate way, reach out to the rat to jump up on your hand, and the rat very, very happily does this, seeing that you fed him a couple of turns ago. He's very happy to kind of just jump up on your hand, so he does so.
Heck yeah.
You have yourself a little rat friend.
Nice.
It is now Thames's turn.
Seeing everything that is going on right now, he's gonna move forward a little, as to not trip himself whenever he goes to make a hammer swing.
Okay. Yep. Perfect.
And then make another hammer swing at the rat to the right.
All right.
Or the
perfect.
middle big rat.
I just imagine you kind of waddling forward, as Marth is just tucked between your legs. All right. Go ahead and roll for me.
That is a 12.
A 12. Giant rat. It hits. Yes.
That'll be 6 damage.
6 damage. Perfect. All right. It is now the large. Wait, sorry. It's the small rat's turn. Small rat's turn. He is just going to very happily pass his turn and disengage from the fight actually entirely. He is just going to kind of crawl up your arm, Alice, and to your shoulder. And he doesn't really know how, he's never really interacted with people, obviously, other than just eating them. So he's gonna try to take a little nibble on your ear. It is the middle rat's turn here. The middle rat has been beaten and battered. Her one little child ended up leaving her, and her husband isn't doing anything in the back. Big Daddy Rat is literally just watching. So she is extra furious. She is going to attempt to bite Marth, who is laying prone. She's going to gain advantage on attacking on Marth here. It's already a 15, so it already hits. Yeah, okay. So she rolls a 15. She's going to attempt to bite Marth. Which is 1d4. Marth takes 4 damage here. Alright. Oops. No! Let me mark you, please. I beg you. Alright, perfect. And it is now the big rat's turn in the back. Big rat is going to kind of like just try to like get on top of the mother rat a little bit to see what's going on. Like he heard the mother rat like attack something down below, and he kind of wants to inspect what happened. So he's actually going to try to stand on top of the mother rat. He's gonna make a dex check here. He gets a 3, so he actually falls just kind of back on the ground where he was before, and he's going to skip his turn. And it is Look Down's turn.
I will approach Alice with the new rat friend on their shoulder. Stare at the rat. And stare at her. In confusion while watching fight happening 5 feet away from it.
Also just as
What?
confused as you.
What is happening?
Well, I guess this family of rats didn't like that we were down here, and they look kind of hungry. So this baby one's not my pet. My name is Steven. So this is Steven. But yeah, they're fighting the other rats that kind of want to eat us. So.
Hello, Steven.
Perfect. Like
That's it.
with the way she speaks very fast too. Normally people, when they kind of approach you, they don't say much to you. So like you kind of absorb most of what she says, the general idea, but you're just kind of like, yes. Yeah. Oh, it is Marth's turn. Marth is going to attempt to swing his torch and set the middle rat on fire here. Mommy rat's going through the ringer today. He rolls a 19, so he takes the torch and hits it to the rats. It is going to do 1d4 damage, just 1 damage to the rat, and it's going to set the rat on fire.
Common rat L.
Oh, sorry. The rat is actually weak to fire, so the rat is going to take. Oh, sorry. That's actually for the burn. It still takes 1 damage. I lied. I'm a big liar. Okay. And it is now back top of the order to Alice.
Just step back because it seems very crowded here. I don't want to hit anybody else, so I'm just gonna step back to give you guys room. Don't worry about me. Me and Steven will be over here.
Okay. Kind
Uh,
of step back with the rat on your shoulder. It's still kind of just like walking around you, very confused. Just kind of like nibbling on your clothing. And you just kind of like slowly slip into the shadows a bit because it is a bit dark here. And it is Tem's turn.
I'm going to do something very creative here.
Okay.
I'm going to hit the right rat with my hammer.
Okay. I'm here for it. Yeah, sure. That sounds pretty good.
I rolled a 4. I don't think that hits.
A 4 does not hit, unfortunately. You kind of like, you're like so uncomfortable with just the amount of people that have been around you. There's just been like, Martha's between your legs, like that rat was down there. Alice was like directly behind you, and you're just like, you're feeling very claustrophobic as an 8-foot tall, kind of monolithic being. So it throws off your swing a little bit, and it goes into the wall, just kind of missing the rat's head.
I like to think that as I like lift my foot up, Marth kind of like moves into that space, so I go to put my foot down. I have to like not be careful not to step on him.
Perfect. I love it. And it is Small Rat's turn. Well, Small Rat's out of battle here. It's Middle Rat's turn. They take actually 6 fire damage, and they burn to death. And lets out one kind of like horrifying screech as it kind of falls to the ground. And Daddy Rat
Cover baby rat's ears.
No, don't listen. Daddy Rat sees the mother just burning in a pile right in front of him, and he kind of just corners himself. It's his turn next, but he doesn't seem to want to pursue you. He kind of just looks at his dead wife and is looking at her as a snack.
Hey, yo.
My God.
And that is gonna end the battle. Unless anybody else is wholeheartedly invested in continuing it.
Tim's just like trying not to die right now, so he's just gonna leave.
Yeah. Tim's having a horrible reaction.
And I'm coffee and IRL too, so.
He's the perfect role player. He's the perfect role player, guys.
So true.
So dedicated.
Where would you like to go in the room? You want to head back towards the exit where it's kind of less claustrophobic and less disease-ridden?
Probably head back into the main room, try to go to the cafeteria. I'm thinking, like, where the hell is Gray?
Okay, so you without kind of like addressing much of anything, they just kind of assume that you're leaving because you're coughing like a maniac at this point. You kind of like leave to the hallway here, and Marth, not really wanting to watch a rat eat another rat in a horrible cannibalistic way, kind of just like stands up with his eyes widened and starts to walk away towards the exit as well. Alice, what would you like to do?
Follow you guys with my rat.
Okay, perfect.
With Steven.
The rat is going to kind of sit in just. I assume, or I kind of imagine that you have like a nice little pocket on your coat.
Yeah.
He just kind of like sits in your coat. Look down. As everybody leaves, you are kind of met with an uncertainty. You don't really know what to do because these are people that, other than Thames, you've seen Thames maybe a handful of times. Other than Thames, you don't know who any of these people are. They're telling you to go with them, which you know you typically would do, but it's kind of like a new thing for you. So you kind of stay back for just a second, and all of a sudden, your good friend Serviad Daniels walks up to you, and he says, "Hi, champ. How are you doing? You doing all right?" And as he says this, this weird kind of feeling lifts off your shoulders. You can speak perfect English, form perfect sentences. You feel very, very comforted, very happy. Your good friend Serviad Daniels is talking to you again. He's visited you once more.
I am so confused of what just happened.
Listen, it happens to us all. I know that this is kind of a a different thing for you, but I think it's a good thing. I mean, this Marth fellow, he seems really trustworthy, and they saved a baby rat that was kind of one of the most disgusting things I think I've ever seen in my life. But they seem like they have good hearts. I think that you should join them.
They saved a rat and then killed the other one, and then just left.
Yes, well, I mean, those rats were not very good people. The baby rat was still young. It was still learning. The baby rat was just like you. And he kind of like places his hand on your shoulder. And then he says, but the older rats, they were just like her. Referring to Solia. And what would you like to do, Sir?
Kill that giant rat now.
You want to? Okay.
Unless Serviad stops me.
No. You Serviad kind of nods his head to you, and I'm assuming that you kind of nod your head back. And he kind of walks into the darkness, steps away into the darkness, and he said, "I'll follow your every step, buddy." And you walk up to the cage, which the rat is completely backed into. He's burning himself kind of on the charred remains of his rat lover, and you go ahead and roll. Or sorry, you get it. You get an attack. Go ahead.
It's plus Dex.
It is. What do you want to attack him with?
My fist, but I want to wrap the chains around my fist.
Okay, perfect. So, actually, let me open up your character sheet here. This is genuinely as creepy as I was hoping it would be.
You said her name. What do you want from me?
I love it. So you're wrapping the chains around your fist?
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead and roll, instead of 2d4 plus 1 for the attack, go ahead and roll 2d6 plus 1.
Okay. That's an 11.
11 damage. Okay.
Plus 1 for 12.
For 12 damage. This rat was already biting into a burning target. So it's taken residual burn damage. How do you want to do it? How do you want to absolutely just murder this rat?
I want to just slowly walk up towards the rat, slowly wrap the chain around my fist, walk up to it, and then punch down onto the top of its head, sinking its teeth further into the burning corpse.
Oh, okay.
Just then say disgusting, and then leave.
Oh God! You do so with such force and ferocity that the rat's teeth just sink into the burning target. It's already dead, but kind of you know how certain insects, animals, they kind of just live for a second. While they're still, you know, if a chicken gets its head chopped off, sometimes it runs around. This rat his body undulates just a tinge as he slowly gets set on fire, biting into his wife as you walk away.
If I can catch up to Marth.
Roll an observation check. You're in the area, so.
No, it's an 8.
It's an 8. Yeah. You don't hear or see anything at all. No whispering, no muttering, no chains. It was done with very, very tight precision. And he catches up to the rest of the party. What were you saying, Josh?
If I can catch up to Marth.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Oops.
And
as you step out, actually, let me just do this instead. Oh. Oh.
It is also a weird trying not to touch them because it's like
Yeah.
I know I was able to, but also like that's new. But as I catch up, I go, you.
And Marth swings around and he says, yes, what can I do for you?
You. If you good, I follow.
And Marth is going to roll an observation check just very quickly. He goes to, again, shake your hand to reassure you. He rolls a 19. Marth, as he reaches his hand out to shake yours, he notices blood splattered all over the rags surrounding your cuff. And he says, yes, of course. Of course, welcome to the team. I don't think did I catch your name?
Look down.
And Marth nods his head and says, welcome to the team. It doesn't say your name and simply kind of starts to walk away. Alice, are you ahead or behind Marth here?
I'm gonna say ahead.
Okay, perfect. With your little rat companion. So, you guys start heading to the hallway here. The little rat is, he kind of hops out and jumps down on the ground and just follows you around. He kind of, like, looks up to you and like, as if he's going to get some more scraps of food. And Thames, are you making your way down the corridor here?
Yeah, I kind of glance at the end of the hallway, and then have probably one of the most concerned looks that Tim's like has in general, which is like a mild like, and then walks in the cafeteria.
Okay, perfect. And as you kind of take that look, you come to like a dead stop, and everybody kind of catches up to you and notices that you are looking down the hallway, and Marth, like, he kind of looks over to you and he says, "Is everything okay?"
If we do not go down that hallway, yes.
And you just keep
Down the
walking.
hallway.
Are you asking that to Thames?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, what was that?
She has
What's
stuff. What's down the hallway?
To be quite honest, I don't know. But I know it's just not good.
Okay.
Do I know what's down the hallway?
You do not know what's down the hallway. You have a bad feeling about the hallway, though. You've come across it many a times. But you're never really allowed down there. Realistically, you mostly just are in your cell or in the cafeteria. So, Thames starts to move down the corridor, down the stairs here. The stairs seem like they've seen better days. Very, very rickety. To the point where the rat kind of hops back up on your shoulder because he's kind of like scared that he's going to fall into the deep abyss that is below this staircase. There doesn't seem to be really much supporting it. And you see ahead of you, leading you into this area, a giant. I mean, he's a giant man who weighs a lot. And as he's walking down these stairs, they're going as if they could collapse at any second. And so Marth is like, oh my god. Thames takes his time with things. He's a very slow person on his 2 feet. So he's just kind of like anxiously hoping that you'll walk faster, but you're kind of taking your slow pace. And as you make your way halfway down the stairs, you hear one more blood-curdling stream coming from the cafeteria.
Actually, as we go down the stairs, I would like to tap Marth with my chain, and of course it's going to be the bloodied one. And I will hand it to him in case full.
Oh. Marth kind of gets the wrong idea in the very beginning. He thinks that you want him to like guide you to the cafeteria. So when he hears that, like, in case you want to fall or in case you fall, he's like, oh okay, thank God. Like, this isn't happening to me right now. This is perfect. So he takes the chain and he's like, oh, thank you, look down. I appreciate that.
I look down.
Oh fuck, it's so sad. So Thames makes the way finally his way down to the bottom of the stairs here. Luckily none of the steps give out on you, as they haven't in these past hundreds of years that this castle has kind of just been here. And as you make your way down to the bottom step, the room reveals itself in front of you here. Let's see, let me open this bad boy up for you. And you see none other, Thames, than your kind of closest companion in this dungeon, or sorry, in this castle in general. Somebody who you see every single day, none other than Pivid himself. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Varathia.
Hello.
There are two guards kind of pointing their weapons at you, Pivid, and they're screaming, I swear to God, you disgusting, foul creature, not again. Not one more time will I be told not to lay a fucking hand on you. I know that you killed her, okay? I'm not stupid. I know that it was you, okay? So why don't you just fess up so I can kill you already?
I bloody well told you, and I'll tell you again, I didn't land a hand on the fucking witch. You just take a step closer, I'll drain your life like she does the prisoners.
Oh shit. And behind you, this stranger with the hat, he's just like, yes, go get him, come on, get him. I believe in you. I don't know who you are, but I believe in you. Thames, you see this kind of unfolding. What do you do?
Vivid, violent, or quick?
Quick, I'm tired of this.
Okay.
Perfect. Clearly, since you yelled out to Pivot, the other guards hear you as well. And he looks to you and he says, hey, what are you doing here? Get back to your room, Turliad, you walking gem deposit.
He's just like leisurely walking over there, just menacingly with a hammer.
Just kind of walking up towards them.
Yeah, life's too long to not take your time.
Alice, what would you like to do?
Just stand to the side with my rat.
Okay.
See if I can find any more food for him.
Yeah, you kind of just, are you doing this stealthily?
Yeah, kinda.
Okay,
Seems like they're
perfect. Very caught up in the
not
moment.
paying attention. Yeah.
Sure. Go ahead and roll a dex check for me.
It would be plus a 20.
Okay, perfect. So, you are incredibly gifted at the art of just being very, very stealthy. You kind of tuck the rat. What did you name your rat? Sorry.
Steven.
Steven. Okay, you tuck your rat Steven in your coat once more, and you kind of just put yourself up against the wall, and your cloak, you kind of stay low to the ground. It meshes in with the tiles on the cafeteria floor, and you kind of just slowly but surely are working your way over towards the food for your little rat friend here. There's some right over here. Marth is going to head down the stairs with his now extinguished torch, and alongside Look Down, who he has his chains. And he gets to like the bottom of the stairs, and he kind of like looks back to Look Down. And he's like, sorry, and he drops the chains in front of Look Down.
I don't say anything.
I love it. And
Actually, what is sorry?
oh, and like Marth is like looking back and forth, like to the action as well as back to you, and he's like, I'll explain that one in a second. 1 second. And so Marth like runs up to Thames to catch up to him. And what do you do? Do you kind of stand by the staircase, or?
Just real quick, what is my relation to Pivot? Because Thames, I've just seen him. Probably, I am assuming I don't feel one way or the other.
Pivot, you see every single day. Pivot is the one experimenting on you every single day. You can read from Pivot on the daily that he really doesn't want to do what he does. And you kind of like understand that being experimented on is just kind of your day-to-day regardless. So you're like, at least he doesn't want to do this to me. So you feel like relatively just neutral towards him. You don't feel like you want to hurt him or like that he's any cause of threat.
Then I will jump up to the table in front of Marth and stare the guard right across from me down.
Okay, perfect. This one right here?
Yep.
Okay. And he sees you, and he looks around, like to anybody in the room, and he sees Thames. He's like, "You let him go? What are you thinking? What are you actually thinking?"
That your head is looking like a very good hammer deposit right now.
Fuck.
Are we finally breaking free of our chains, Thames?
Oh, they were broken about an hour ago.
Very good. It's a pleasure to see you out of your cell, Look Down.
It's strange.
You will acclimatize.
Them, and then I will try to wrap my chains around the guy in front of me.
Okay, perfect. As the kind of starting action, go for it. Roll a d20 for me.
Alright. This is more like a graphic check. Shit. I'm new to this, so you know. I rolled a 5, so I don't think I get that. Unless it's like a 7.
You go to throw your chain, and it goes back behind your head and gets caught on the table behind you. And when you go to fling it, it kind of just casts the side of the guard, and he takes this as a sign of just combat. So everybody roll for initiation. Or initiative. What do I always say? Initiation. I'm just gonna go for it. I'm going for it.
Yeah,
it is now initiation.
Yeah,
It's
you gotta go
initiation.
through initiation first.
Alright, I'm not rolling this die anymore. Alright, I'm giving it an ample amount of
19.
Very first roll is a nat 20. Let's fucking go.
Let's
Oh,
go.
good. Okay,
Pick up
so
from all
Varathia,
levels.
nat 20. 19 for Thames, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. Josh, what was yours?
7.
7. Okay. Marth was a 6. Marth is rolling like absolute dog doo-doo.
Marth's a 10.
Marth may think he is sick, but he a 10. Alice, Alice, what do you got for your roll?
A 9.
9. Okay, perfect. And the 2 guards. 8. And 18. Alright, so Varathia, go ahead and take your turn first.
Alright. Does anyone seem significantly injured, or most of them seem okay?
Everybody seems to be doing pretty okay. You do notice that Marth has a little bit of blood on him. Thames' armor is just slightly, it's kind of just dinked. It's dented in, but everybody seems to be doing pretty okay.
All right, very good.
I always look fucked up, but
That's just
give him.
All right, then I will cast Soliot Siphon on the guard closest to me.
Okay, perfect. Go ahead and describe that for everybody watching.
The target must make a con saving throw of 11 or higher, or have 10 max health siphoned away, and I will heal for that full amount.
Okay, perfect. He rolls a 3, so he has 10 damage. You said 10 HP
Yep.
taken away.
10 HP. Yep.
Okay, perfect. Let me open up my guard here. And oh my god, you can see it like when you say it takes the life out of you, it literally is taking the life out of this man. This man, you can just see him just hunch over. He just goes, oh, what? Oh, I can't believe it. I can't believe you.
I told you to leave me alone.
And the man in the corner is just going, yeah, get him, come on. And it is now Thames' turn.
I'm going to leisurely, I guess, walk. Are the tables bolted down?
They are not bolted down, no. Heavy, but not bolted down.
Okay, can I use the table that is diagonal to the right of me to try to like pin the guard against the wall?
Sure. Go ahead and try to give it a stank check. Give it a strength check.
I don't know.
Put the stank on it.
I think the best one with the stank check would be looked down right now, but I think Thames is okay. That'll be another dirty 20.
Okay. Oh my god. So you grab the table, the silverware and plates just get flung directly off of it. You grab this table and you're trying to pin him, what you said with it?
Yeah, like at the waist.
Okay, perfect. You hit him directly at the waist. And which would you like to do in between Alice here and Pivot?
No, I'm trying to pin him against like the eastern wall.
This wall over here. Okay. So you take the table and you absolutely do with furious strength push him into it and pin him up against, I'm assuming about right here, yeah? Okay. And he is just kind of screaming out. Are you holding the table, or are you kind of letting it go?
I'm holding the table there until like I do something else. So for now I'm holding it.
Perfect. You are going to hold the table right here. And it is that guard's turn. He is pinned to the wall. He cannot move. He can't make a movement action whatsoever. He is kind of scrambling to get his weapon that is at his side, but he can't reach it. So he's going to try to push off the table. Go ahead and roll another strength check for me.
Now this may be kind of reaching here, but considering Thames is like 450 pounds and the table weighs a good amount, could I eke out a little bit of an advantage here?
Yes, no, absolutely. He rolls with disadvantage on this.
Oh, okay. So I just roll normally.
Yep. And then let me know.
Okay, that is a 15.
Okay, he rolled an 11, so he is not able to push this. He kind of gets like just a tiny bit of wiggle room, but then it comes slamming right back over into him, and he's like, "Oh my god, oh fuck!" And then he kind of, with his action and out of breath, looks over to the other guard, and he like nods to him, and the other guard is like, "Okay." And yet again, he is going to attempt to leave his friend, but not just yet. but you kind of get the inkling that he's telling him to dip. It is Alice's turn. You're technically still stealthed, so they do not see you yet.
Could I do a... Could I perform a sneak attack on the guy that's being not pressed against the table?
Sure. You move up next to him here. And let's see. Let me open up your character sheet here. Where are you, Alice? I have like about 100 files just open up in front of my laptop here. And yours is like maybe 20 back in the most recent files. All right, so you're gonna go for a sneak attack. So you're attacking with your assassin dagger?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. And let's see. So for sneak attack, if Alice has not been attacked this round, she can find cover or hide for a turn. On her following turn, she is granted a sneak attack on a target. Alice rolls a stealth check, which you've already done the previous round. You're undetected. And actually, yes, roll another stealth check for me, and then based on that stealth roll is going to be your damage modifier for this attack.
17. 21.
20. Oh, just roll a D. Yeah, roll a D20, and then it was plus your
so
dex.
yeah,
Okay, perfect. So 21. Your damage is actually doubled. So go ahead and roll a D4, and then add 1 to it, and then double it for me.
4. So it's a 4, 5, 10.
10? Okay. You kind of lash out you just kind of like move as like a little lump on the ground towards this person. He's very distracted with his friend who's pinned up against the table. And you leap out of your coat and slash him just kind of right in the ribs, right in between his plate armor. And you deal 10 damage to him, and he is absolutely hurting. He reels back in pain. And it is Look Down's turn.
So how wide is Thames? Like, he's 8 feet tall, so he's just a big guy, right?
He is a big guy. He's pretty heavy as well.
Is he a guy that I could possibly hide behind and then sneak around?
Yeah, no,
Break
totally.
line of sight behind him?
Yeah, especially with his shell in his back.
What I would like to do is, because I'm standing on the table, pop my head over to look at the guard that's pinned.
Yep.
Stare at him. Do the cock your head to the side thing. Go behind Thames, disappear, go under, break line of sight, and then go underneath Thames' legs and crawl underneath the table.
Okay, perfect. Go ahead and roll a stealth check for me. Dex modifier. Or sorry, no, your stealth modifier. Sorry.
Motherfucker.
12. 12. He kind of detects that you are under there, but you do a good job at kind of just kind of getting under Thames and crawling under this table and getting right up to the guard. He kind of like looks down at you and he's like, he's like doing one of those like really weak, out of breath kicks because he just does not have enough oxygen in his body to try to get you away from him.
I just look up at him then.
You can't do that.
At the same time.
You can't look up. It's not in your name.
Oh, that's fair. No, that's the terrifying part, is that I'm actually looking up.
That is true.
He become look up his dark sibling.
Well, the problem is that it's like I can't lift my head up that way, so I just have to like tilt myself to the side to turn my head to look up at him.
Look down. Can you roll an intimidation check for me?
Yeah, Can I roll above a 10? That's another question.
No.
Well, that's a 10 on... That's 7 plus 3, so that's a 10.
You look up at him, and he's definitely very concerned about you. But he has just a little bit bigger of a thing to worry about with Thames, shoving him into the wall here. And that is going to be that. Perfect. It is the guard's turn, actually, this guard right here, who just got stabbed in the side. He is going to attempt to back off and try to run away. Let's see how big is this movement. As he backs off, though, Alice, you have an attack of opportunity on him. Also, look down as an attack of opportunity if he so pleases to.
Can I trip
So
him?
just try to wrap my chains around his leg.
Sure. Go ahead and try to trip
Or
him.
just smack him. Well, yeah, more like just smack him with my chains.
You're both trying to just smack him. Like, are you trying to aggressively smack him, or are you just trying to like push him over?
I want him to watch his friend die.
Rolled a 7, so
I'm trying to stop him. Roll to 15.
Okay. Let's see. Let me. Yeah. Okay. So you stick your leg out, Jess. The chains of look down kind of just go wide, and miss him. But your foot definitely hits the mark. He trips over the table and falls prone on top of the table, and starts kind of screaming out in pain. He's just like, "Oh, please, please, I do not want to die."
Just lean on him while they're dealing with the other one still. Just kind of like lean over on him.
Yeah, go for it. Sure. He kind of ends his turn there. And it is Marth's turn. And Marth is going to hop down over here to pivot, and he doesn't have a weapon, so he's just kind of more so trying to make sure everybody else is okay. He goes up to pivot and he says, Are you okay? I'm sorry that we kind of kept you waiting. We may or may not have heard some yelling down here before, but I mean, we were concerned that it might be trouble, so.
I mean, it was trouble, but I'm perfectly fine. Do not worry.
Okay, perfect. And he kind of looks over to the other guy in the corner. He's like, who is that?
He's a traveling merchant. He traveled here to sell his wares, but well, kind of got accused of murder on the way in.
Yeah, no, it happens for sure. I'm just happy that you guys are okay. You said your name is Pivot?
Yes, I am Pivot. Former, happily, apprentice of Soliot.
and like that gets a smile out of Marth, because he hates her so much. So he kind of just like nods and smiles, and he's like, "Nice to meet you," and turns back towards the two guards. And it is now your turn, Pivot.
I'm gonna siphon the same guy again, the one who's pinned against the wall now.
Okay, perfect. And he has to roll. Sorry, what for the saving throw? Is it 12 for higher?
11 for a con save.
He rolls a 7. Oh my god.
Another 10 damage.
This poor guy. Okay, so you took a big just chunk of his life right out of him, right from the start, right from the get-go. And as he is pinned here, he sees you just kind of like in the corner, just like chanting to yourself, and he's like, traitor. And how do you kind of just how would you like to do this, Varathia?
How can you betray something you were never loyal to?
Oh!
And I just kind of like snap his soul out of him.
Yeah, you can see.
And he'll just fall limp on the table.
Yeah, you can see just like this small little emanation of a soul leaving his body as he just flops down to the table. And Thames, pushing so hard against resistance this entire time, kind of pins him to the table, or pins him to the wall even more, and you hear just like... And that is that one guy absolutely dead. Varathi, would you like to do anything else?
No.
Perfect.
Just chilling.
All right, it is Thames' turn.
That is a snapped pelvis. Anyways, I will walk over to the fellow that is currently still alive. Now, he's not prone, is he?
He is prone, yes.
Okay, then I'll just kind of put his head in between my feet, just bring my hammer down.
Oh, God! Okay, let me just open up the status effects. I think you gain advantage on attacks here for him, or against him. Status effects. And prone. Oh, that's not the right one. You actually don't, but go ahead and attack him. Roll for the hit.
That is, in fact, a natural 20.
Oh, God! Okay, go ahead and roll for damage. Jeez, this guy is, like, on ticks of health already.
That is 8 damage.
Alright, perfect. Go ahead. How are we doing this?
While he's still kind of getting over coughing fit and whatever, it's just going back through his head of adversity is your hammer, Thames. Not your weakness, over and over, as he just brings it down on his head.
Oh.
And you just hear just a squish.
Yeah, and you bring it down with such strength that it actually kind of shatters the table, and it falls off its legs, and the body just kind of slides down onto the ground. And that is the fight.
I told you it would be quick.
Ended the most brutally.
Marth is like wholeheartedly impressed. That fight literally just took no time whatsoever. He's like, yeah, I'm happy that you folks are indeed on my side. Thank you so much for your cooperation during this. I didn't expect to have such efficient allies. And Marth, like, not trying to be rude or anything, goes and he grabs just like some citrus that is sitting in the bowl right here, and starts to just eat it, just without peeling anything. He is just so hungry for being in a coma for 50 years yet again. So he is just consuming food.
I would recommend you sit in the chair before you collapse on your ass.
Marth, like, it doesn't realize that people are looking at him, and he's like, so sorry. Yes, of course. And
I mean, you've been asleep for quite some time, longer than I've been here, so I do believe you should eat something.
And Marth, like, smiles, and grabs the orange in his hand again and starts slowly peeling it a little bit. Since he's everybody's watching him, he's trying to be a little bit more polite. And this merchant in the corner, he just starts kind of slow clapping. He goes, "Oh, yes, wonderful! The great Bavelli always loves a good show."
Terribly sorry for the inconvenience on your way in, sir. Please, have a seat.
No. I must be going. But before I go, I want to reach out to you and let you know that I will be around again. And he kind of, very, like, creepily, but you don't feel, like, any sense of danger, just, like, extends his arm to an unnatural degree, bending it behind him, and he grabs a pepper and he sticks it in his pocket. And in the blink of an eye, starts to malform into a pile of mud, and he sinks into the grates that are in the cafeteria and slinks away.
He just fucking vented, I swear to God.
That was very sus.
And Martha's like, I just did that, man. Just that man. Okay, I thought that was a human being.
No, he's been around quite a few times. That's quite normal.
Okay. Doppler.
I don't understand myself, but it's what he does.
Okay. Yeah, seems perfectly normal to do, especially in an environment like this. I can understand the need for a quick retreat. He was nice enough to stick around for you, though, I guess.
He was mostly just a peanut gallery, if I'm being frank.
He just wanted to watch. I love that. I love the idea of that. And as you were having this conversation, all of a sudden, everything completely goes out. All the lights completely vanish. The candles, the torches, they go whoosh, and huff out. You are now completely in the dark. Here, let me get everybody's vision set up here. Perfect. There's Marth. Look down. You have immaculate vision in the dark. You have lived in the dark your entire life, so you can see very, very well. Everybody else in the party, you all have just good light vision. In the dark, you literally cannot see anything. While Look Down feels very, very comfortable in the situation, everybody else is kind of just looking around frantically, trying to figure out what just happened.
All right, everyone, hold on a moment. Don't move. I'll take care of it. 1 second. And Pivot will cast Birds of a Fell Light.
Okay, perfect. Are you casting that on somebody, or are you casting that to yourself?
I'm just casting it in general. It says that we'll separate after the fact.
Okay, perfect. Yep. Go ahead and do so. Do you want to read that for everybody?
Yep, sure. So 4 small birds of pure light energy spark into life, lighting up a 20-foot radius. Birds can separate from one another and be ordered to follow people other than the caster, but cannot go any more than 30 feet away from the caster, or they will dissipate. The birds last for 10 minutes and need concentration from the caster.
Perfect. And Look Down, you see this, and this is kind of like the... This is like the brightest thing you have ever seen in your life. I'm not gonna lie. You were like, oh! Very, very uncomfortable. And I'm actually gonna reduce your vision again here. All right. And Marth kind of looks over to this beautiful dance of lights that is just happening all around the room, and he looks back to Pivot, and he says, "Thank you, yet again. Thank you very much. I do not like the dark."
Of course. Though it seems I've disturbed our prisoner friend once again. My apologies.
Josh, how do you react to the lights?
So this entire time, Look Down's just been underneath that table, just kind of sitting. And it more or less just kind of does the, puts the hand up. Doesn't really say anything, but just tries to block the light a little bit, because, closes his eyes, because, fuck.
Perfect. Alice, what are you doing in this situation here? Do you want to look around the room, or are you getting some food? Okay, perfect.
Getting some food for me and my rat, since I have a second mouth to feed now.
Grab some scraps on the table for the little rat boy, and you do find some bread, which the rat is very excited about.
Is that the rat from the dungeon?
Yeah.
I assume the parents are dead then. They haven't been
Yeah.
fed for some time. Yes, alright.
Well, I don't
Well,
know.
it's
Last
good
I
the
heard,
child
one
survives
was
at
alive.
least.
One of them's still alive. Yeah, one of them's still
I
alive.
think.
Oh,
I don't know.
we're gonna have to deal with that later.
And Marth kind of just out of terrified instinct, like in a Home Alone exact replica, stands up out of nowhere from the table and shouts, "Max!"
Oh, fuck.
And Marth starts. Max, listen, I have this really very. He's a good guy, okay? Deep down inside, maybe they can't vouch yet, but he does open up. He's this really cool guy. Very useful, very talented at playing cards. He's stuck inside the throne right now. So,
I see.
He's probably not very happy. It's probably dark up there. I think I'm gonna head back up and make sure he's okay. I would love if you
Probably
joined me.
don't fetch him. Pivot will attach one of the birds to Marth and
Perfect.
another one to Thames, and we'll keep 2 more on his shoulders.
Pivot, did you know that they noticed that the armor moves? No one's
did
noticed
they?
that yet.
It's about time. I thought we were the only ones who were ever going to notice.
I put so much time into that enchantment.
Glad to be finally getting the recognition you deserve, Thames.
Oh my god. And would Alice, Thames, look down, all you guys, how would you like to follow? Whereabouts? If you do.
I definitely would be the last one out of the room because I would hang back.
Yeah, no, totally.
I
And
just
then,
follow.
like, once everybody's gone, I just punch the table above me and then leave.
Before I leave, could I get like 5 or 6 of those baked potatoes?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think Thames is the type that like eats them whole. So
Yeah, he's definitely a very like heavy eater when he does. He's like a bodybuilder. Bodybuilders when they eat are like some of them like it's like some of the most vile, disgusting things I've ever seen in my life. Like they actually just devour food. Thames is massive, so for sure.
me, whenever I eat 3,000 calories, lift like a 1,000 pound set 5 times and take a 30-hour power nap.
Luckily, the potatoes that are on the table here, they're all fully cooked through. So there's nothing kind of funny about any of the food that you're consuming, or else I might have you roll a con saving throw.
Oh no, I'm very good at those.
But Marth is going to start heading up these stairs here. Pivot, I'm assuming you're kind of close
He's
by
gonna
to him here.
Follow at a distance just so
Perfect.
the birds will stay connected to Thames.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thames will briskly walk to make sure that he keeps pace. So he's moving at a solid like normal walking pace now.
Perfect. Alice, are you kind of following back from like a further distance?
No,
Okay.
just with the group.
Okay, with the group. Perfect. So you're gonna be sticking close to Marth here, who has light on him. And you said it was Marth and Thames, correct?
Yeah, Marth and Thames, and I've got 2 sitting on my shoulders.
Let me activate the vision on him. Perfect. All right. So you are all heading back up the stairs. And oops. As Thames reaches the stairs here, on this first step, Thames, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Uh-oh. So would that be Okay, I see. That's a 4.
Oh, oh no.
Uh-oh.
Thames, as you step down on this very, just lap-sided metal plate, it gives way and your foot falls through. And you get stuck in between, 2 stairs. And you are slowly but surely slipping, down and down further. And it is a long, long drop.
Oh dear.
Oh shit!
I straight reach for him.
Okay. Look down. Kind of jumps towards Thames. He does, like you're kind of blinded a bit by the birds that are around him. But you can tell that something terrible just happened. So you kind of leap right into action. And how are you going to try to save him? You trying to grab onto his hand?
Well,
Trying to?
Yeah, I would say I do want to ask because I have aura read. So does that help me with the fact that I can't?
Sure. Oh yeah, for sure.
So I'm like,
Pivot.
I've been through worse than blinding.
Yeah. No, definitely.
And I'm just gonna reach a hand down to try and grab him.
Okay. And what did you say, Pivot?
Pivot's gonna try to angle the birds so they're not within Look Down's direct line of sight.
Okay, perfect.
Kind of like blocked by bodies or such.
Perfect.
So he can actually see.
Go ahead and give me a good old strength check.
7.
7. Oh no. Oh no.
Could I, like, put my walking staff in between the 2 steps so as to, like, make a, like, beam of support, essentially?
Sure. Go ahead and try to prop it between, and give one more strength saving throw.
From me.
For Thames.
Okay.
That is... So, to be clear, since the doc kind of fucked out the skill checks and saving throws a little, is the +3 for saving throws or skill checks for strength?
Let's see. Yours is... Thames. It's for your strength saving throw. Yep.
Okay, so the +3 is?
Yep.
Okay, and that's a 21.
Okay. So the adrenaline hits you right as you are about to slip because you are guaranteed going to fall down if something doesn't change. You manage to just grab onto your staff and pivot yourself just well enough to the point that you do most of the lifting yourself. Because you're a big guy. But Look Down is also able to with just enough effort pull you from between the cracks of the stairs and back onto safety.
You know, I'm surprised this has only happened now.
Indeed, it's been this way for a long time.
I have offered to fix it, but Soli had said it'd be more fun this way.
I think she wanted you to die.
Maybe.
Beautiful. And
do be quite careful. We don't know if the other ones will break as well.
Marth has not heard any of this, by the way. He is like to the top of the stairs. He may have heard just like a, but this was something that was happening pretty much the entire way down the stairs as it was. So he's kind of he sees Alice behind him, and he like Alice. I don't know if you reacted whatsoever to him kind of going down the stairs.
No, I just continue to walk.
Yeah, so he notices that Alice hasn't done anything, so he kind of assumes that everything is just a-okay. And what was the range for your light?
30 feet.
30 feet. Okay. 10. Okay, so he's just at the max reach of your light right now. So you pull Thames back up, and I'm assuming you guys are gonna start to follow forward here.
Yeah, a little quicker of step, just trying to get off these damn stairs.
Yeah, for
Tim,
sure.
Tim's would help look down, make sure he didn't fall in the same place. If that stair collapsed.
Perfect. Yeah, the stair kind of plate just completely fell off, and when ding, 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 it was a long way down.
He kind of looks at his hand and just wipes it on his pants. Nothing against look down, but he can't be catching anything right now.
Yeah. I imagine he like the funny part is like it's just like look down doesn't mean anything, or sorry, Thames doesn't mean anything by it, and look down doesn't really know the difference. So it's gonna just beautiful.
I look down the hole. What do I see?
You look down the hole, and you have very, very good vision in this darkness. You see just the very, very bottom, and it's about 100 feet down. It seems to be solid concrete below.
That's it, just nothing.
Yep. It's kind of just an empty structural support that didn't really do its job very well.
I leave.
Okay, perfect. Head back up. And as you get to the end of the corridor here, I want you all to make an observation check for me, if you would not mind.
16.
A2.
A 12.
No, I finally rolled above a 10.
Yeah, what do we get? What do we get? Let's go.
I got a 14.
Okay, perfect. And you rolled a 12, Varathia?
Yeah.
Okay, so Alice as well as Marth, who rolled an 18, hear some kind of just like muffled kind of like screams coming from the direction of the throne room itself. And Marth knows that it's no good. Like, Marth knows something terrible is happening in there, and he kind of turns to the rest of the party and he's like, oh, it's bad. We need to go, like, right away. Like, we need to go see if Max is okay.
By the screaming, I probably don't think he's okay.
And Martha's, he kind of like acknowledges that. He's like, yeah, kind of a stupid thing for me to say, and starts to make his way to the door here.
Let's do this observation.
Thank you.
Marth kind of runs at a full pace to this door. And hold on, let me just do 1 second very quickly here. Very, very quickly. No problem. All right. Marth runs through the hold on. Marth runs through the door, and quickly it shuts behind him. A Soviet soldier, shoves the door shut behind him, and as he does, all the lights in the room turn on. And it seems there were people inside the armor all along.
Ah.
All right, perfect. Reveal here. As the lights come back on, Marth sees that that Max has now been further restrained. He has a cloth over his face, keeping him from screaming too loud. But he managed. The big man, for what it's worth, has very big lungs, and he made just enough sound to be heard by Marth as well as Alice. But yeah, the door comes just shut right as Alice kind of reaches it, and everybody catches up. And in the middle of the room stands a very old, dignified-looking man, who, as he walks, a slow clink and clack mash against the side of his pants, and he has the keys on him, and he says, "I should have known. I should have known. Not in all these 50 years have we been able to dispose of you. Why in my mind would I have thought that it'd been any different that you would wake up and kill my lady? I can see that you probably weren't alone, though. I've called out to many of my gods. I've searched through plenty of the rooms, and I've seen the remnants of your terror. So, my prince, I think we should end it here. I will do what my lady could not. You foul, wretched thing!" And, Alice, go ahead and, roll an observation check for me.
Is a 12.
A 12? So you do hear kind of the screaming coming from behind the door. You don't know who it is, but you hear kind of the older sound of a gentleman. And the door, as you kind of reach out to it, it seems to be locked. He just get hit him with a what do you want to?
I'm gonna turn around and be like, okay, so this door won't open. There's arguing. I can hear like muffled arguing. I don't know. I think it's like an old man screaming. But yeah, this door won't open.
An old man. Ah, it must be grey. Does Pavid know of any way elsewise to get into the room, or?
The door itself isn't extremely sturdy. It's an older castle. The only door that really functions, the way it should, is the main door, which is very, very heavily fortified.
Right.
So you do kind of know it as a non-sturdy door, but you know that he also has the keys on him, and he kind of just goes back and forth and locks the doors to his pleasing. But yeah, that is the one way into the main hall.
Look down in his frustration, charges the door.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Look down. How are you gonna charge the door? You're gonna charge it, like you're gonna run at it, or are you going to kind of go up to it and then start to just hit it? Are you gonna go full-fledged?
No, just full on sprint, shoulder first into it.
Okay, perfect. So you give me a strength check and do it at advantage. You are throwing everything into this.
17.
Okay. The 17 is okay, perfect. You rear back, and Pivot kind of like looks at you, and he is mortified of you. And Pivot is like scared of you, literally just all the time, all day, every day. This man has been experimenting like day in and day out on you for a very, very long time, and nothing has happened to you. And he's scared of what the repercussions might be because of it. So he kind of is just going to step out of the way. Alice, give me a dex.
I do my best to not bump into Alice specifically.
Okay.
But I'm also like, I have a goal.
Perfect. Alice, give me
a
a dex saving throw.
this. So I'm gonna try to squeeze against the wall.
Kind of like a
17.
Okay, perfect. Okay, you do a very good job at just kind of making yourself small and pushing yourself against the wall. And look down as he just charges past you. He kind of like gives like that big wind gust effect. And your coat kind of just like twirls a little bit in the wind, and you're right going, and look down pushes into the door and pushes into Marth, who kind of also stumbles into the room. And the door is wide open now. and Marth, like, in astonishment, like, looks back and he's like, look down?
If I can, this might be asking too much, I grab Marth and put him next to me.
Okay, try. Yeah, go ahead and roll a strength check for me.
Oh, that's a 7. That seems like normal.
You touch Marth's jacket and you kind of give him like you touch his like rags that he's kind of wearing, and you give him a tug, and it rips like a piece of the clothing off. And Marth is still just kind of like looking at you like, look down. Oops.
Sorry. Actually, no, it's more of just like a low growl.
And then Gray sees look down, and he starts steaming. He's fuming. He says,
Who let you go, you disgusting, foul thing?
I don't answer him.
And Gray, kind of just having enough of the whole situation, is going to try to take the opportunity to throw a bola at Marth. Let's see. It is a 16. Okay, so here we go. Give me 1 second. Oh no. Where are you, Gray? Perfect. So, Gray throws a bola around Marth's ankle. It kind of perfectly lashes itself around. And as this happens, a cable fires itself out of the ground from the marble and shoots itself up towards the chandelier. And from the chandelier drops a gigantic metal ball. The chandelier collapses to the ground, and a metal ball comes hurling down and towards Marth. And everybody in the back, Pivid, Thames, Alice, what are you doing here? Are you moving in towards... Lookdown's kind of like to his side here.
I think as soon as Thames hears Gray, he's just gonna steal his resolve and just walk in the room.
Okay, perfect.
Timid's waiting on Tim.
Okay, perfect. And Alice, are you kind of still just to the wall?
I'm gonna walk in a little. We'll go more off to the side.
Okay. A nice, beautiful... Sorry, you're going to come off to the side here. Everybody's just kind of like sneaking in. Except for Thames, who like, with like, just a very like dignified walk, just like walks directly behind Marth. Look down, kind of does his best to make himself skinny. Thames, would you like to stay right in the doorway, or are you going to move off to the side a little bit as well?
He'll make sure that Pivot has line of sight for any type of spell, but he'll be in the doorway for the most part.
Perfect. All right. And everybody, roll for initiation. Initiation.
Let's go, initiation. 5.
15.
A 7.
Well, it's high enough to matter. Do I add anything to this?
So keen.
You do not.
Okay, 14.
For the IRL Michael initiative, can I go take a piss break?
Yeah, for sure. Go for it.
Rest in peace, camera alignment for a second.
It's gonna be alright. Oh, Josh is now you! Josh has
Josh
ascended!
and become 10.
Alright.
Hey. Alright,
Hey.
Marth, roll. Marth rolls a 5 for his. Alright, Gray. It's going to be a 10. And the soldiers. 15, 12. Alright. Perfect. Alright, so first and foremost, a giant ball comes hurtling down towards Marth. And he is going to need to try to step out of the way of it. Let's see. So the giant iron ball begins swaying back and forth. At the start of each target's turn, they must roll an agility saving throw of 12 or higher or be struck by the ball for 1d8 damage. Alright, 12 or higher. That's an 18. Okay. So Marth manages to step out of the way. Oh, poor Thames. He went for a piss break. And poor Pivot too. So the ball is actually currently hurtling. I don't know if it's necessarily going to hit because it's kind of going at an angle here. But definitely look down. And Thames are kind of in the line of sight of this ball. So look down. Roll an agility saving throw for me.
Hey, 14.
14, perfect. You managed to dart out of the way of the ball. And Thames, roll an agility saving throw for me.
I'm very good at these.
He wins these.
14.
Okay, perfect. Everybody in just kind of like a Backstreet Boys solid motion, just very smoothly, manages to dodge out of the way and cruise out of the way of this ball. And it comes swinging just to the very edge of the wall and starts to swing back towards Gray. It is soldier number 1's turn, who is over here. He is going to hear Max's kind of whining, and he's going to be very angry at him. And he's going to try to like deter the party from doing anything by attacking him. He rolls an 18. So he definitely hits Max. He rolls a d6. 5 damage to the poor restrained Max here. Goes completely through his armor and shreds it. His poor yellow raincoat completely just has this big gigantic hole in it, and offering him 0 protection. This is something that he's had for his entire life, TLDR, and he's very, very sad about it. And it goes through and does another 4 damage to him. Alright, and then it is Alice's turn.
Could I?
You do have some water in between you, so you would have to leap over it to kind of get to the other side here.
Could I try? I want to try and go for this guard that's right by the door.
The one off to the left of the door here? Okay.
Yes, and I want to try to grab him as leverage. Since those other guards downstairs were just like, oh my god, I want to live.
All right.
So I'm hoping that the guards have some camaraderie to each other.
To each other, except for that one that just dipped straight up. He's like,
Yeah.
oh god, I don't want to die.
Is that one
Yeah.
god meant to be in the water?
Yeah,
Of
yeah, this is
course.
just the dead body here. Hold on.
Okay.
Here we go.
He's just swimming.
He's, oh. Now he's white in the water.
White boy chilling in the water.
Haha, white in the water.
What bodily fluid came out whenever you died?
Oh no.
Oh no, in his
Why
last
is there
moment.
so much?
Look down in Thames. I'm assuming you probably are going to try to move out of the way as Alice tries to kind of force her way in between.
Yeah, I just kind of like widen the breath in my legs.
So Alice is going to... Yeah, you are actually going to have to crawl between Thames's legs because there is no other way you are going to be able to walk past this man who's just blocking the way. So go ahead and roll a dex check for me, quickly.
A 19.
19, okay, perfectly. You fit right between his legs, and kind of pop up in front of the guard, and the guard is like, oh my god. And you said you were going to try to restrain him? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a strength check for me.
Yeah, would it be restrained if I have like my little dagger out against his neck a little bit?
You can try to... Well, I mean, if you go to try to stab him, he's gonna kind of dodge out of it anyways. So you're going... If you really want to try to restrain him, you're gonna have to kind of wrestle him in a strength contest to begin with.
15.
15, and he is going to roll... He's gonna roll a 4. It works. So you kind of pin him to the wall and have your knife to his throat. Right there, right nice and close to him. He says, "Please, no, come on!"
My rat, and then Steven is just like growling in his other ear.
Yeah, Steven's gonna take a little bite out of him. Not for really any damage because he's gnawing at metal, but he's gonna ding 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 ding. Take a little bite at his helmet. All right. It is Look Down's turn.
2 questions.
Yes.
How clear is the water?
The water is very clear.
Damn it. Never mind then. So, from my understanding, the ball is like a pendulum, basically. Alright. I've been rolling like shit all night, but here's where it's gonna all turn around. I would like to jump up onto the ball, and as it swings back, go at Gray.
Okay. I'm here for it. Perfect. Roll. Did you roll? Sorry.
No.
Okay, yeah, roll a dex.
Six.
Did you say 6?
Yep.
Oh.
No, that's okay.
Oh boy. Okay, so you jump, but you really don't get a lot of footing under you. And you jump towards the ball, but instead of hitting the ball, you land directly into Marth, and Marth comes plummeting into the water, thus resulting in the ball stopping to get to Gray and swinging it very, very viciously back towards you guys yet again. Go ahead and roll another agility saving throw for me. Both Thames and Look Down.
A 12.
12. Gray's sheet here. I think it needed to be. Yeah, perfect. You just managed to. Yeah. You just managed to kind of eke out of the way of it. You don't expect this ball to be coming back to you so soon. And Look Down. Go ahead.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. Okay, so while you kind of like leapt and pushed Marth into the water, you kind of like did this like pretty nice little backflip and like twisted around and landed on your hands and pushed yourself out of the way of the ball, kind of propelling you just to over here out of the way. And now it is soldier number 2's turn here. Soldier number 2 is going to come up to good old Max here and laugh at him in his face and say, "Oh, yeah, little baby's a little upset about his yellow rain jacket, is he? Well, how about some of this?" And he's gonna take a swing at him. This poor man is just completely mistaken. But this guard is clearly very, very intoxicated. He really shouldn't be on guard right now. He should not be on duty. Somebody should have relieved him hours ago. He completely swings wide, and just hits the chair instead. And like even Max can't help to just kind of let out a little bit of a laugh because of it. Like a very nervous and sad laugh.
Was that a 1? Or?
It was pretty close. It was a 2. And now it is Gray's turn? Yes, it is Gray's turn. Gray is going to Gray is going to take out one of his serrated throwing plates and take a couple steps back here towards the bridge, bringing the ball back towards him a little bit. He is going to have to make an agility saving throw quickly here. Okay, he definitely fails that. So he gets struck by the ball as he tries to like make his way back. 1d8 damage. And he gets knocked prone. Okay, so he is going to take 8 damage.
Killed by his own trap. Whoa,
This old man's not doing a very good job. He's kind of the worst fucking butler ever. But he's just laying prone there on the ground. And it is going to go over to, I think, actually Pivot next here. Yes, Pivot.
Okay. Question about concentration.
Yep.
Does concentration only get replaced by other concentration spells, or if I cast, like, say, Siphon, does the concentration end?
Anything that requires another concentration. Yep.
Okay. So I can still maintain Birds of Fell Light and cast Siphon?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna have all 4 birds just go and, like, hit Gray in the face. Try to blind him.
Just kind of blindside him? I love that. Okay. Yep. And that works, honestly, perfectly. With all 4 birds together, as they kind of surround him, he is just blinded. Like, the glare off his little monocle there is just, like, so deafeningly blinding to him that he kind of just, like, is on the ground writhing in pain and also just blind.
Alright. And then I will cast Siphon on him while he's on the floor.
Okay, perfect. And what was the saving throw again?
Con save of 11.
He actually hits 11 on the roll. What's his con save normally? He just passes it.
Alright.
And it is now Marth's turn, who is extremely confused as to why he's in the water. But you know what? He's gonna like make his way back. He's gonna climb his way back onto the bridge here. And as the ball is swinging back towards him, he's going to have to take a dodge, which he manages to do, 17. And he's gonna take his action to grab onto the ball and try to shove it back forward for more momentum. During their turn, instead of taking their main action, the acting character can make a strength check to increase the momentum of the iron ball. The damage of the iron ball increases for every 4 on the die roll. Okay, Okay, Marth hits his first nat 20.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so that is an additional 5 damage on this rolling ball that is coming hurtling back towards Gray. And Marth is going to end his turn there. It is now back to the top of the order. Oh, sorry. It is actually this one last soldier's move here. He's going to attempt to break free.
I think my turn didn't go.
Wait, where's yours? Thames. Oh, no.
Initiative?
Oh, wait, sorry, you're a 5. Okay, so you're actually, you're actually tied with Marth, so you were next, and then it's the guard. Go ahead, sorry.
I was gonna walk towards Gray and then just like put him in the brazier.
Okay, so Marth has like climbed back up and gotten onto this bridge. He sees you start walking. What's your speed?
20. So by my math, I should be able to be like
Just right on him. Marth sees you walking, and anytime that he sees the very stoic, like cold walk of Thames, he knows
Sigma
to get out of
walk.
the way. Yeah, the Sigma walk, exactly. So he kind of like gets out of the way for you, and you get right up to this old man, and you are going to attempt to grab him and put him in the brazier.
Yep.
Go ahead and roll a strength check at advantage. Let's see what he rolls here.
22.
Oh my god, this man. Okay, yeah, you absolutely grab him. He fails it miserably. He is not only blinded, but he's also prone and just also took like a big mouthful of damage. So you grab him and you stick him. Which brazier would you like? You want the left or the right? What do you fancy?
The one that's closest to the other guards, so left.
Okay, perfect.
Gotta make an example of simps.
And he has begun to be set on fire. Are you holding him to the flame here?
Yep. Like metal that I'm trying to tender up.
Perfect. All right. So he gets set on fire, and it is. If that is all your turn there, it's going to be the guard's turn next, and he is going to try to break free from Alice here. Alice, roll a strength check for me.
It is a 3. That man broke free.
He does break free with a 9. Actually, he kind of like is surprised that you kind of just let go of him for a second, and he just like kind of like etches away. And he is going to take a step back and very angrily swing at you.
Whoa.
That is a 14. Does that hit you? What's your AC?
It's 14. It hits.
Okay. 1d6. That is 6 damage. That cuts right through your armor, kind of destroying your kind of beautiful coat that you're wearing.
I'm so sad.
And you are going to take 3 HP damage from that. Perfect. All right, and it is back at the top of the order. Alice. Or sorry, it's actually this guard first. The guard is going to attempt to take another swing at poor Max, who's just screaming. And apparently some of the drunken behavior of his fellow guard friend. Okay, this man rolled a 1. So he like not only like takes a swing and misses, but it kind of like sets him off balance, and he's a little bit embarrassed because of it. And Alice, your turn.
I'm gonna try to. I want to go in and try to stab this man that just ripped my nice little coat that I'm mad about.
Okay. Go for a stab for, yeah, go ahead and roll for a hit.
It's a 14.
14. Where's my guard? 14 does hit, yes. And roll for damage.
Say 2.
2, and then, yeah, so it is 2 altogether. All right, perfect. Give him a little jabby jab. All right. And it is... Look down's turn.
Alice look like they're fine over there.
Yeah. She looks like she's doing pretty well. Her coat got roughed up and she got like nicked, but it wasn't too bad.
Would it be able to be far reach to put 2 and 2 together about Maxwell?
That he's kind of a friendly target.
Yeah.
From your ability, absolutely. You can see that like this man seems to have like a very good heart. He doesn't look like he's like the instigator in the situation. He kind of looks like he's just trying to dodge as best as he possibly can with his head away from strikes.
And probably assuming that this is the reason Marth was in a hurry to get up here.
Yeah. Yep.
So instead of attacking this time, could I double my movement and just run right in front of the throne?
Yep. What's your normal movement?
35.
Okay, perfect. You absolutely make it. Yep, perfect. Make it right in front of the throne right here.
Yep.
All right. Anything else?
If there's anything I can do.
Oh no, I mean no, just like yep. Nothing else action-wise for sure.
Yeah, no, I just stare at both of them.
And they are wholeheartedly just uneasy. Now it is.
And the most hit me instead of him, and dickheads.
Take you. It is Soldier number 2's turn here. Soldier number 2 is going to attempt to swing at Look Down. He realizes that they both missed really badly on a sitting still target. So they're gonna take... Why not? They're gonna take a swing at one that can move very fast. Let's see. He rolls a 2. His sword just goes whoosh, flying right above your head. And it is now Gray's turn. Gray's on fire. He is going to take... Hold on, let me open up this status sheet here. Alright, burns. Alright, so he's starting off with a minor burn here. He takes 3 damage at the start of his turn. Okay, and he is going to try to break free from you, Thames, at disadvantage. Okay, well, I mean, it doesn't get any worse than that already. So he rolled a 1 right off the bat. So he is just still on fire. Slowly getting worse. Now it's gone from a minor little fire that's caught on like his jacket to a little bit of a blaze.
The funny thing about that is I actually rolled a 2 for a total of 4. So he's really unlucky.
I love that. All right. And it is... Oh, actually, sorry. The ball has come now hurtling back towards him. So, give me a... Give me... Oh, man. Are you gonna... I forgot about this. Are you gonna let go of him, or are you gonna try to hold on to him? While the ball...
Use him as a
holding on.
shield.
Good point.
Yeah.
I'll put him in between us for the impact.
Okay, perfect. So you pull him up, and use him for the impact. He actually automatically is going to take this damage because he failed his strength check. And it is D8 plus 5 damage. So that is another 12 damage into this man. So 15 this turn. Mr. Gray.
Man's just being absolutely manhandled by this.
He's being
fucking turtle.
blinded, set on fire, knocked prone by a giant ball, being used as a human shield. How is Gramps not dead? This man, for what it's worth, he has a little bit of HP.
Not for long.
Not for long, but definitely. Let's see. It is Pivot's turn, I believe. Yes, Pivot's turn.
Alright, can I see Max from where I'm standing?
No, but if you
Or am I
move into
gonna
the
have to
room a
step
little
in?
bit. Yep.
Alright, I'll step in then.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast Heal of the Fox on him.
Okay, perfect. Go ahead and explain that for everybody.
The caster picks a target and briefly takes the form of a fox, increasing stealth checks by 1. Caster must roll a stealth check. If they succeed their stealth check roll on an ally, they heal them for 1d10, and they become undetectable for a round. If they fail, the heal fails.
Okay, perfect. And go ahead and roll.
That'll be a +2. Ooh, that's a 9.
Let's see. Nine altogether, you said?
Yep.
Okay, unfortunate.
Yeah, quite.
Oh, I actually didn't mark what the stealth check was, but it's definitely not a 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you do fail. Unfortunately, you do transform a little bit, but your heal just doesn't reach to good old Maxwell sitting in his chair.
I tried. I'm sorry, Max.
Hey, just it is now Marth's turn, I believe. Yep, Marth. The ball is going to come careening back towards him. Make an agility saving throw. He managed to do so at an 18. And let's see, what's the trajectory of the ball here? I don't think it would probably hit Pivot. It's just mostly just going directionally toward. No, I guess he did use him for a human shield, so he's like right here. So Pivot, go ahead and roll an agility saving throw too.
Let's go. My favorite. Oh no.
No.
That's a 1.
Oh God. Okay. The ball, for whatever reason, hits you in exactly the place that you just kind of don't want it to. Kind of nails you like right, just center mass. Like you don't even see this thing coming because Marth like dodges away just in the nick of time. And this thing is going to deal double damage to you. It's 2 plus 5 is 7, 14 damage.
Ow. Right, and I guess Pivot's just gonna go fucking careening down the stairs.
Yeah, just it sends you flying just back a little bit here. Let's see. So it's 3. How much did I say? It was 14 altogether, right?
14 HP damage.
Perfect. And it is now. Oh, sorry. Right, yeah, it's still Marth's turn. Martha's gonna grab the ball again.
Oh, thanks.
Martha's gonna grab the ball again, and he's going to give it a nice big old strength throw. 20. Come on, let's see, baby. It adds 2 damage to it, so it's up to 7 damage on this ball swinging back and forth. And it is now Thames.
The metal's not hot enough yet. Gotta put it back in the fire.
You swing him back over to the fire, and you put him just back in. He's just like, oh my god.
Is it because his tongues are burning off?
No, he's just like, he's so disoriented. Like, he got blinded, knocked prone, set on fire, and then hit with a giant metal ball again. So he's just very, very disoriented. His monocle at this point is kind of shattered.
Yeah.
So you kind of hold him to the fire. Okay, perfect.
He won't be considered hot enough until he looks like post-explosion Gus.
Let's see. So that's gonna upgrade. Okay. Yep. Perfect. It is the guard's turn down here by Alice. The guard is going to attempt to take another swing at you, Alice. That is a 13, so it just misses. And back to the top of the order, Alice. Go ahead.
I'm gonna go in to counter his swing.
Okay. So you're gonna take a swing at him. Go ahead and roll for hit.
It's a 7.
7 does not hit, unfortunately. I'm very sorry about that. Did you want to do anything else with your turn? Are you good? Any movement at all?
No.
Okay.
Just kind of flabbergasted that I keep missing.
Yeah, you were kind of like nailing it earlier on during like the castle here. Like everything was just going right, and then all of a sudden you just start missing left and right. It feels bad, man. And then it is Lookdown's turn.
Did you skip the guard's turn? It's next
Oh,
to Max.
shit. I did. Yes. Okay, so he's actually going to take his turn, and try to swing at you. He rolls a 3. Okay. And go ahead.
I will, the drunken belligerent one, I will literally just gut punch him straight in the armor.
Okay, perfect. Go ahead and roll for hit. I can't remember. Was it the one below or the one above that was the one that really fucked up pretty bad? Actually, this one rolled.
I think it was the one above.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. So we're gonna go for a nice old gut punch into him.
Natural 1.
Oh my god! You go to swing at him, and this is literally just a drunken man fight. Apparently, like the lights on in the room are just like really kind of fucking with you, and your fist just kind of grazes and bounces off of his like metal plate, and comes right back to you. It is now the second guard's turn. He just saw how badly you messed up, and he's like, "Oh, thank God, somebody just as bad as me." He is going to take a swing at you as well. Max is just very happy to have somebody around. He rolled a 16.
That hits.
Okay, and for damage...
And crits.
Yes. That's going to be 4 damage to you. Your rags are even raggedier than before, and they kind of just they offer you no protection at this point. You take a little bit of damage, and then it is Gray's turn next. Gray is going to take how much damage here? Let's see how much damage we got here. He is going to take 8 damage. And the ball kind of swings back over to him here.
Yeah, he would shield him again.
Let's see. Okay, he actually rolled a nat 20. Go ahead.
Is it strength?
Oh, wait, I actually didn't do it at disadvantage, though. Yeah, strength. The second one was a 17, so.
I also rolled a 17.
Oh, okay.
So who wins that?
Reroll or meat speed.
Let's reroll. Let's do it again.
We got the dice. Why don't we roll them?
I rolled another 17, but it was
Okay.
+2 this time, so 19.
He rolled an 11, so he is going to be manhandled yet again. Are you going to try to bring him in front of the ball here?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. And the ball at this point has another 7 damage on top of the normal 8 damage, or 8 D8 here, which is 7 14 damage into him on top of the 8. So 22. This man, let's see what he's looking like. Oh, he is barely. You see that this man is like barely conscious. Like he talks so much shit, and he has been just kind of like a pain in the ass the entire time you've been here, Thames. But like he is like kind of putty in your arms right now. And he is going to pass over to the next turn here, which is going to be pivot.
Picking himself up from the stairs, he's just kind of gonna limp up and try to get a look back towards Max now.
Okay, yeah, walk back up.
Alright,
let's make it an 11 for the stealth.
Okay, yeah, he's gonna try the heal again.
Okay.
11 exactly.
Hey, let's go. Perfect. Okay,
so that's a heal
D10.
for a D10, and Max becomes undetectable.
Okay, I love that.
He gets 3 HP back.
Hey, the
Invisible,
boy.
I guess. I don't know.
The boy almost back to max HP, and yeah, I mean, somehow, just in plain sight, right in the shackles, this giant ass man. I don't know if it's just the lights reflecting off of his tattered raincoat, or whatever kind of bullshit it needs to be. But this man just completely is invisible to the naked eye. It's actually very impressive.
Right, and then Pavid's gonna take a step back down the stairs.
Perfect. And it is. It is Marth's turn. Marth is going to have to dodge. I see what you did there. Okay, perfect. He is going to take a dodge out of the ball coming towards him. He rolled a 3. So he's going to take a D8. Is 2 on top of 7 damage for 9 altogether. And he is knocked prone. So he is. Perfect. He is going to take his action to get up and try to push the ball again. Just one last time. And that is an 18. So that is another 4 damage to the ball as it's coming through. It is Michael. Sir Thames.
So, is the brazier, like, does it have, like, little spikes that jut out of it?
Sure, yeah, of course.
Okay, then I'll just place, like, his throat on the spike, and then put my hammer on the other side of his neck.
Oh, God, okay. And just give it a little tap. Go ahead and just roll. Not like it really matters.
A blacksmith's precision.
Is that an advantage or not?
Yeah, definitely.
Then that is a 14.
Okay. Let's see. What we got, Gray? Yeah, you got him. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Four.
Yeah, so, how hard do you swing that hammer?
Just enough to, like, keep his head just permanently in the fire.
Oh, God. All right, yes, you absolutely do. You take your hammer and just give it a little tap, tap, taparoo, just like in Happy Gilmore. And, this man is stuck into the brazier, dealing lethal damage to him, and limping his head into the fire. And as you do so, you see his body just kind of fall limp to the ground, and the keys just kind of clap to the side of his thigh.
I will pick those up and move, so I do not get hit.
Perfect. Perfect. So you want to move off to the right here? You looking to move backwards?
Literally anywhere that's not in the range of the pendulum.
Perfect. Let's move you backwards. And these guards, are shaking. They just witnessed, kind of. Originally, the hierarchy of power here kind of rests, in the hands of Soliet, and then kind of the next one up is Pivot, in terms of just who kind of runs the place. And Pivot is trying to actively kill them. And then the next person that kind of has been their leader is Gray, and Gray is no longer with them. So they are going to attempt to flee in any way that they possibly can. They are going to try to run up to the staircase here. So they have a movement 25. 5. As he kind of runs past you, you have advantage on him. Look down.
I will swing in the hopes. Hey. 15? Or sorry, 14.
14 hits, yes.
Holy shit, I did it. 44.
The guards are mortified. They really are mortified.
7 points of damage.
7 points of damage to this boy. Alright. Perfect. Oops. Alright. Actually, sorry, it was supposed to be this guard's turn, but you know what, the other guard was gonna be running anyways, so you kind of just did a bit. But as he's gonna take the rest of his movement action to run. 10, 15, 20, 25. Alright. And then this guard is also going to try to make a break for it and jump over the water here. Alice, you get an attack of opportunity on him if you like.
I'm gonna trip him.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and give me like a dex check. And he's gonna do a dex saving throw. Oh my god. Yeah, this man, not like it even really matters, but he rolls a 4. So he does not see your foot and takes a giant zhoosh, right into the water and starts kind of just like floating down the river just a little bit until he kind of bonks his head on the bridge. And he's going to take another action to just kind of get himself up here and try to get out of the water. Giving an attack of opportunity to Marth as well. Which is a 14, which hits. Marth is going to just punch him with his fist because that's all he's got left. Come on, Marth. Hit him with the fist. It's a 2 damage. Alright.
Yeah, hitting plate mount with your bare fist.
And it is back to the top of the order with Alice.
Well, they're all fleeing.
They are all fleeing. How do you feel
They
about
are all
that?
fleeing. I want to try to go after the one that stabbed me, or tried to.
Okay, perfect. So you're gonna run past Marth here up to
Yes.
this guard and try to swing at him.
Yes. I got 19.
19 hits. Yep.
I just use my dagger and just try to stab him. In his hand.
Right into hand.
Right in the hand.
What do you got for damage on your dagger?
I got a 2.
2 damage. He is definitely hurting a bit. You kind of just like catch him right on the hand, kind of slit his wrist a little bit. He's like, ah! Not only did he get banged in the head by Marth, but he got fucking just cut up. It is. That guard already went. Good. Look down. Go ahead.
I'm gonna swing at the guy that's still here.
Okay, perfect.
16.
16 hits, yep.
Finally doing it. You're running, but I'm doing it. Five points of damage.
5 points of damage. Alright. And
Not even going for anything cool or flashy anymore. I'm just straight up
just bash. You're kind of sick and tired of seeing people die. Just so much fighting, and you're just like, I just want to finish this. It is. I looked down, just went. It is guard number 2's turn here. Guard number 2 is also going to try to flee, running past look down and taking an attack of opportunity if you like.
Yes.
Okay.
No.
Okay, he's going to continue to 15, 20. Okay, perfect. And it is now. Oh yeah, Dead Gray. Rest in peace. Never forget. It is.
Will forget.
Will forget. Literally have already forgotten. It is Marth's turn. He has the ball swinging towards him. He is going to try to take one last dodge out of the way here, which is a 19, thank God. And he is going to take an action to take off the bola from his leg. He does this, and he is going to... he is actually just going to back up over here. He's just going back up over here. And it is Thames' turn.
I'm going to move up to the guard. That's to my southwest.
Okay.
And I'm going to position it so that way he is under the chandelier.
Okay.
And I'm going to once again try to manhandle him.
Okay, go ahead and try to grab him. Roll a strength check for me.
Not good. 12. Not as good.
It's okay. You rolled a 2. Don't worry about it.
And then I will yell. Hold on before I start coughing. Alright. Someone drop the chandelier. Now.
You grab him and you kind of put him... Oh, the chandelier is already dropped. The chandelier...
Okay.
Yeah, the chandelier is dropped and a giant ball is swinging back and forth.
Oh, then I will just pick them up and drive them onto the chandelier.
Okay, perfect. And he kind of fails that. Let's see. Chandelier's definitely metal and spiky. Go ahead and roll a... Go ahead and roll a d6 for me.
Would this include monolithic strength?
What's that?
Would this include monolithic strength?
Yes. Yeah. I would say so.
Then that would be a 5.
5 damage. This poor guy. He is just barely hanging in there. It is now this other guard's turn. Where did he go? Oh yeah, that's the one. The one that you're. He's gonna try to attempt to break himself away from the chandelier, off the chandelier in your strength. Rolling a disadvantage yet again. He rolled a 9.
I rolled a 14.
Okay, so he is still stationary right on the chandelier, and you know what? The ball actually takes a big swing right back over to him, and he cannot dodge out of the way. I think it's going to kill him pretty much no matter what. But let's see. D8.
What is it now? Plus 11?
Yeah, let's see. It was 7
Plus 5, plus 2, plus 4.
Yeah, and it rolled a 7. So this man, he's dead like several times over. The ball just kind of like hits him and drags the chandelier across the ground. And just like, and that man is very dead. And it is Now, top of the order. This guard is going to attempt to flee again.
Did you skip over me? Yeah.
Oh wait, I did skip over you. Yes, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay. I'm out of spell slots now, so I'm going to go up just below Thames there on the brazier.
Yep.
I'm just gonna ready my staff for these two idiots running at me.
Okay, perfect. And so is this boy here? 5, 10. Actually, he's gonna try to walk around Thames here. 50. Okay, perfect. He's gonna line right here. And then it is Alice's turn.
As the one that attacked me is running away, I'm gonna throw my dagger at him.
Okay, throw your dagger at this guy here.
Yes.
Perfect. Go ahead and roll the hit for me.
16.
A 16? Yeah, you throw your dagger. Go ahead and roll a D4 for me.
3.
3 damage to that one. And your dagger kind of sticks kind of like right into him, and then as he's running away, falls out of him and just to the floor right next to him. It is Look Down's turn.
I start just freeing Max after like a couple seconds just standing there.
You're trying to free him? Okay. He's still restrained to the chair with metal bars around his wrist. So go ahead and try to you know what? Go ahead and try to roll a strength check for me.
18.
Oh god. Okay. Are you pulling on the metal?
Yeah, I figure I'll just grab onto the wrist.
Okay.
Just bending it back.
Perfect. You know what? It's like it's relatively hefty metal, but you manage to like kind of bend the metal a little bit with your just kind of disgusting raw strength. And Max like kind of manages to free one of his hands, but just one of them. He manages to get one free. And anything else with your turn?
No, that's it.
Okay, perfect. It is Mr. Guard's turn. He is going to move one right to Thames here. Actually, wait, where did he move? Yeah. He's going to try to actively avoid you, Thames. I'm not even going to lie to you. So he's just going to be like right over here, trying to just sneak past the burning body of his superior. And it is.
Oh, is the ball gonna hit the guy who's trying to go up top?
Oh, good point. Good point. The ball is still swinging. So yeah. Actually, I'm gonna have him roll a. Agility saving throw here, which is a 5. Okay, so it was 8 damage plus the okay. So that is he is dead. He is very much so dead. He aligned himself right with the ball, and he gets flung right into the wall and splattered against the side of the cobblestone. And it is that guard's turn. Pivot. Pivot is your turn.
Alright, I'm gonna go up to the left of the guard by the brazier and just whack him.
Okay, perfect. Oh, no. Yeet.
Roll to smack him with a stick.
Give him a little wacky.
That is a solid 4.
Oh. You've been like doing so much cool ass magic that like you're feeling yourself pretty hard, and like you take a swing with your staff, And it is just like not even close. It is like watching like a kindergartner like rev up to throw like a softball. it is very, very sad to watch. And it is Marth's turn. Marth is going to. Marth, what do you have for movements? 25. He's going to move right here. All right. I'm going to just move this guard for now. He's going to be sploshed off to the side. Marth is going to. He still has the torch on him. He's just going to try to, like, throw the torch at him. Why not? He's, like, just out of, like, reach of just punching him, so he's going to try to huck it at him. That's a 10. It kind of just whirls past him and falls into the water. And Marth goes, yeah! You like that? It is...
The guard's just indiscriminate screaming.
Michael.
While the guard's kind of like looking at Piven and like I guess kind of trying to dodge, can I try to take his knee out with the hammer?
Okay, sure, yeah. Go for it.
Hold on, I managed to get my dice behind my monitor.
Hey, let's go.
Success.
It's a 4.
A 4, unfortunately. He sees it just in time and does like a quick little skip. Like a 2-hop skip over your hammer. And it just goes zoom. And it is... Let's see. Was he... I'm trying to remember if it's his turn or if it's Allison's turn, if he was the one in the first order. I want to say that this is the one that goes first here. He is going to still attempt to run here. Gaining an attack of opportunity is Pivot and Thames.
And Marth.
I will take it.
Yep, Marth as well, true.
16.
Oh, 17.
Martha misses with a 9. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Let's go.
7.
Do I add my
Just
dex
need a
to the
little bit.
damage as well, or is it just the flat roll?
Just the flat roll.
That would be 3.
Okay, that's actually right on the dime. Varathia, we're sorry, Pivot, we are giving it to you. How do you want to finish this one last little goon squad fucking soldier here?
As he tries to run, I bonk him in the back of the head with a stick, and he falls into the brazier with his paws.
No! And he just kind of like sadly like moans, just like oh. And that is the end of the fight. Marth sees the keys attached to Gray, and he grabs them off of Gray and runs over to Max here, and he says, sorry for keeping you waiting, old friend. And he starts to release him from his last constraint. And Max is like, I am so done with all of this adventuring shit. I have had enough. And he kind of like, Max also like looks over to look down. He's like, oh, thank you. I really appreciate it. Not a lot of people would go out on the line to try to, do something for me.
I feel we are matched.
What did you say?
What?
I feel we are matched.
Our chakras aligned.
Max it's like really uncomfortable with what you just said. He can tell like immediately that there's something a little weird about you, and he's just like, ha ha, and he like looks at Marth. And what are the rest of you guys doing here?
I'm taking all their armor off, and I'm putting it in the forge.
Perfect. You're stripping all their armor, which is 1, 2, 3. I'm assuming you're probably taking off the dead guy here too. You're going to be taking 4 plates of armor. Just mark
Yep,
that
on
down.
top of the 2.
Yes, on top of the 2 you already grabbed.
Pivot's actually gonna take one of the swords off of one of the guards,
Okay, yeah, perfect.
and he's gonna walk over to Marth with it.
Oh, that's actually brilliant. Thank you. You walk up to Marth, and he sees the sword in your hand, and he is so thankful. He's like, "Oh my god, it has been so rough trying to just fight with my bare fists."
If I had thought of it, I would have done it back in the cafeteria, but I was more concerned with the darkness. My apologies.
No, trust you. I was more concerned with my friend being alone in the dark here than kind of taking the rational thought and grabbing a weapon. And he looks towards Max. He's like, "Oh, whatever, man, whatever." Thank you. Perfect. Martha grabs that weapon. Alice, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna pick up my dagger.
Okay. Yes.
I'm gonna feed Steven.
Just feed Steven a little bit of food.
Yeah, I am gonna ask though, about the chests.
Oh yeah. You know that Marth took the keys, so you kind of ask him about the chests, and Martha's like, "Oh yeah, of course." And he goes to the chest, kind of finagles with the keys a little bit, and actually opens up both of them. And he's like, "Listen, whatever you guys want, go ahead and take it, please." And would either of you like to go to the chest?
Pivot's gonna look into one of them.
Perfect. Let's see.
He's a filthy goblin, so he does like his gold.
Lots of delicious gold. Which one do you want to go to, the top or the bottom?
He'll look in the bottom one. It's kind of close for that.
In the bottom one, you find 20 gold and a minor potion of healing.
Ooh.
And Alice, I'm assuming you might want to look at the other one, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Grab my note back up here. For some reason, my document closed. Made me very
Didn't need
sad.
it anyway.
Okay, perfect.
Don't care. Didn't ask. Document closed.
You don't need the treasure chest anyways, buddy. Inside the chest, you find 2 alamite shards, 3 Tilanius slabs, and 2 iron ingots.
Gosh.
And I will, I'll send that all over to you in just a little while. I'm just going to copy it. Okay, perfect. And, like, Max, like, stands up kind of like an old man, in a sense. He's been, like, sitting here for hours, and his ass is in a ton of pain because of it. So he kind of stands up. He's like, "Listen, I don't care. Please just get that door open. I want to leave." And,
Told
like...
you not to sit in it.
He's like, "Yes, ma'am. Yes, of course, ma'am." Marth starts to walk past Gray, and he notices on in Gray's back pocket is a map that is actually just kind of protruding, and he grabs the map out of Gray's pocket and lifts it into the air, and he takes a look at it and points at the map and says, This is where I want to go." And he points to Halignor, all the way in the southeast of Mechalite here. And he kind of looks around the room. Thames, I'm assuming you kind of made your way back here at this point. And he says, "What do you say that we do this together?" And Max is like, whoa. No, absolutely no. I am so sick of this. Listen, I almost died today, okay? There is no way I'm following you all the way into Mechalite. Once they see my face in Mechalite alongside you, I am dead. I am dead meat. You're a pretty strong guy. Listen, I am just a guy who likes to play cards, okay? I just want to go home, please. And Marth looks around the rest of the room and says, "What about you? What about the rest of you?"
Well, I was already planning to journey to Mechalite once I was finally free, so might as well.
And Marth walks up to you, gives you a big smile, and reaches out his hand for a handshake. And he says, "It would be so lovely to have somebody with your intelligence working amongst our ranks."
Pavid will shake his hand with a quick nod.
Perfect. And he looks to Alice. He says, "What about you, Alice? I can assume you've only been wandering, the wasteland that is Petovia right now. Like, you can't be entirely safe. Like, are you sure you don't want companions on a journey?"
Well, I have this rat now, but, my afternoon is still cleared, so as long as that's cleared, I guess I'll tag along.
He kind of bows his head a little bit and says, "Your afternoon shall definitely, it shall be cleared. Yeah, we will ask very, very little of what you need to do. But this castle is your home just as much as ours." He kind of looks to look down, and he walks up to him and offers a hand. I'm assuming Lookdown's still kind of crouching down, like looking at Max a little bit here. And he says,
"There's like steps up to the throne, right?"
"Yeah, yep."
Yeah, I would have probably been sitting on one of the steps.
Sitting on one of the steps, perfect. And he kind of reaches his hand out to you and he says, "What about you? What about you, Lookdown? Haven't you ever just wanted to be free, wanted to roam?" And as he says this, kind of everything just blurs out. You kind of don't pay attention to what he says. And yet again, your good friend, Serviad Daniels, you turn around and he's sitting in the throne with his leg crossed and he says, "Yeah, it could be good. It could be good, Lookdown. We could finally be free. We could finally see the world. There's a lot that you've been missing. And I think that you would really enjoy it." And he takes his pointer finger and he points to a small little tower in the southwest of Mechalite's map. And as he does this, you feel your finger slowly raise up towards the map and place it directly on Baldesh. And you don't, everything kind of fades, and everything kind of goes back to normal, but you have your finger placed directly on that map. And Marth says, "Bal, you want to go there?"
Yes.
Right. And everybody who is everyone in this room knows that Baldesh is the kind of permanent place that the goddess resides in. She always goes back to Baldesh. It is just kind of a giant sanctuary city for her in general, where everybody kind of goes to praise her, and she kind of just looks out on the rest of Mechalite from her tower. So it's very strange for this man to be saying that he wants to go there. You don't know whether it's kind of just excitement, just being dumbfounded at like such a large possibility to go anywhere he possibly wants, or if he intentionally means it. And actually, let me bring the game capture back up. Perfect. And Marth, lastly, walks up to Thames, and he says, "I know that your race has gone through a lot, and that you must have gone through a very, very long journey. It seems that you've seen many a bad day, but would you like to see it through to the end with the rest of us?
Tim's looks like he's, like, readying himself to say no. And then, like, he kind of just stops and says, forgive me. Yes, I will.
Perfect. And Marth, like, reaches up to you, like, with his hand. He like, goes to shake your hand.
Tim's will put his hand on Marth's head.
I love it. All right, and Marth kind of spins around to the rest of the room and says, well, there it is! We set out tomorrow. But first, we need to get some provisions, obviously. I do know that there are several gardens, including Verlight Garden, just around the surrounding area. So we are going to need several provisions before we head out. So that'll be our next venture. And, like, Max is just, like, sadly goes up to the door, and he just starts kind of, like, softly tapping his head against, like, the door, and he's like, I don't want to, Marth, I don't want to. And Marth goes up to comfort, and he says, Max, my old friend, whether you like it or not, and he kind of, like, goes up to his ear, and he says, you're along for the journey.
Yeah, we just said, Max, see then cope.
And he unlocks the door. But he kind of, like, steps back from Max, and he's like, you know what, Max? It's okay. It's okay. If you don't want to join us, you are more than welcome to roam the wilderness that is filled with monsters and demigods and terrifying creatures. And, like, Max, like, he just knows that he's been pinned, so he's just like, fine. And he makes his way back up to Solian's chambers and closes the doors.
I would like to note that at least half the god population has been slaughtered by monsters during our stay here. It's not a good job.
It really isn't. Really, truth, it isn't.
Marth, I have a question for you.
Yeah, of course.
Soliet, does she still have her eye?
Oh, oh my god, I didn't even think to check. Yes, of course, she still has the eye.
Take it.
You want me to take it?
Someone must. It's probably not safe for me to take it.
Okay. Yeah, no, yes, of course. I'll take it for you. And he kind of just gives you another confirmation of just a nod. Goes to unlock the doors, open them up, and that is where we are going to end episode 1.
Oh boy.
Yeehaw!
Yeah, boy.
And it was under 4 hours.
Let's go.
Not too shabby. Most of the future episodes are not going to be this heavy loaded with fighting, by the way. This was kind of the one where you just needed to clear out the entire area and meet one another, so it'll be a lot more conversations, roleplay stuff in the future episodes.
I can't wait to go into the basement.
The basement? It's like the last thing before the lights go out entirely.
Michael, thank you. We're all gonna die.
All right. And so next week's episode, for anybody who is wondering, is going to be a regular scheduled Marth's Dungeon episode, like in Season 1. So it's going to be 4 contestants arriving at the castle and going through Marth's elaborate game show dungeon before they reach Marth in the final stretch. So that'll be next Friday at 8 p.m. as well. We actually have like a really, really fun slew of players this time around. Of course, we have System Freeze for the first episode because it really wouldn't be right to not have System Freeze. You know, he's been in literally pretty much every single episode. And then we have Lalo as well, 10-minute break. And our third member so far is Mr. Brunswick. Mr. Brunswick is going to join us for next week's episode, and I'm really, really excited about it. We still need one more person, so anybody out there who wants to join is more than welcome to. And yeah.
Harass a Narcost.
Yeah, maybe I can harass... Oh, man, that would be... Oh, God. Mr. Brunswick and Narcost in the same room. Holy moly. But yeah.
No, that would be explosive.
It would be good content, that's for sure. Just kind of like spring-loaded on both of them. Just be like, it'd be really cool to have you for like, you know, like the first setup episode of Marth's Dungeon. It'd be so cool. They both show up and they're like, oh no.
Oh no.
Oh man.
Mistake was made.
But I appreciate you guys joining. I'm really, really excited to move forward with the campaign. For the next episode, it is actually just going to be the four of you, heading out into the great unknown while other events are taking place. So, I appreciate everything, guys. I'm going to hop out of call here and just do a quick little outro.
I gotta go.
Good night, friends. Bye-bye.
Good night, gamers and chat.
Good night.
Good night, chat.
All right, chat. Thank you so much for watching. I really, really genuinely appreciate it. This is the time I'm actually going to take to just advertise the Patreon really quickly. We are actively working on Marth's Dungeon each and every single day. Tori is making all the art for Marth's Dungeon. All like the lore and like map building / like characters and stuff I'm doing. Tori is completely taking care of the art for Marth's Dungeon Season 2. So if you guys are enjoying the content and want to see kind of the venture go forward, I would love to give you guys even like a Season 3 if you guys are really, really enjoying it. But it is extremely, and when I say extremely, it is extremely time consuming. Thanks, Tori. And me and Tori absolutely appreciate every little inch that you guys give us. So thank you for continuing to give us room to give you guys really good content, and I hope you guys are really enjoying it. I know that tonight's episode was a long one in terms of fighting, but I'm happy that all the characters got to have their own individual interactions with each other and finally meet up. This was 100%, by the way, a cold open for each and every single one of these characters. None of them have talked to each other in the world or kind of just this realm in general. So this is, by all intents and purposes, the session 0 of Marth's Dungeon. The art looks very good. It looks super, super good. Everything looks very, very clean. There's a couple of things that I can definitely clean up moving forward, and I'm gonna kind of take notes and clean them up along the way. This is my first time just genuinely DMing something to this scale, so taking care of like the music at the same time as having all my notes out, at the same time as like kind of writing down the initiation order, and role-playing a couple of characters. It's hard. It's actually really, really difficult. It's a lot to kind of micromanage. And thank you again for Tori for like on your break making all this art, especially while you're at school too. I am going to head off here. The VODs will be available on the Keen Decker YouTube channel if anybody did not manage to catch them while they were live. I'm also going to upload the season finale of Season 1 in case anybody is kind of confused as to how the lore stands, or they missed like any sort of explanation in the beginning of this episode. So those will both be available tomorrow on the Keen Decker channel. The music is so good too. Thank you. All the music also is made by yours truly. Working like an absolute crazy madman to push out as much content as humanly possible. And I think it went pretty well. So I'm gonna do some scribble pages now. Thank you, Dory. Thank you, Heirloom. Thanks to everybody viewing. I'm going to hop off now. I hope you all have a lovely rest of your evening. And as always, my friends, stay beautiful.